Java 2 at Vans Auto Clinic, McBain and LC Family Pharmacy, LC Materials, Pizza Plus, McLean Transmission, Northern Staffing, Peterson McGregor Insurance, and TJ's Trucking. Now let's head to the stadium and join the voices of the Vikings, Bill Barnett and Todd Galnick.
And welcome to Cadillac Viking Football on 107.1 The Drive. Bill Barnett here with head coach Cody Mallory, starting it off with the coach's interview. Coach, a disappointing loss last week to TC West. Just a summary of your thoughts and how we got in that position.
It's just a mistake, piling on top of mistake, and against good teams, that'll put a game out of reach real quick.
All right, you've had a week to get over that, work around it, get your team ready. We're coming up to week 8. We have 4 wins, 4-3. Actually, a tremendous turnaround from last season and a decent showing with all of our games other than last week. Thoughts about Ionia as we prepare for tonight's ball game?
Ionia is a pretty good 2-5 team. They do a good job on defense. They've got a very good powerlifting program down there. They've got a national champion powerlifter on their team, so we're anticipating them to be pretty strong up front. It's just a matter of it's their homecoming, so we're 2-0 so far in homecoming. Hopefully, we're going to try to make it 3-0 tonight.
Okay, Cody Mallory with us, the coach for the Vikings. Individual players, standouts, things you're looking forward to tonight that will be critical for the Vikings to come out of here with a big W.
No individuals. It's just a matter of playing as a team, both sides or all 3 aspects of the game. I think that's what's going to take tonight. We just need to make sure that we execute as a team, and we talked to the kids yesterday about having small focus and just kind of getting tunnel vision onto their individual battle on each play, and just letting it take care of itself after that.
Okay. Some of your players have been moving around. You did a lot of things last week offensively to get things to happen, move some kids around. Any changes or any noteworthy things happening tonight maybe that haven't happened this season so far?
No, I mean, we were just address some of the stuff that got exposed last week, but basically we're going to do our thing. We are who we are, and we just need to go out and execute.
All right, Coach, good luck tonight against the Bulldogs. Hopefully you bring back a big W for our Cadillac fans back home.
Thanks, Phil.
All right, that's head coach Cody Mallory. I'm Billy B. We'll be right back. You're listening to Cadillac Viking Football on 107.1.
Cadillac Java and Java 2 is the place to be for all things delicious. Java is a specialty drive-through coffee shop offering fresh espresso, premium coffees, frozen, iced, and blended drinks, ice cream, chai teas, and their most popular item, the frozen hot chocolate. And what goes great with amazing drinks? Flavorful treats like bagels, muffins, donuts, and more. Cadillac Java has 2 convenient locations to serve you at 725 North Mitchell Street and at 6319 East M115 in Cadillac West. Cadillac Java and Java 2. Big town gourmet taste with a small town personal feel.
TJ's Trucking of Cadillac is a true family business. Terry and Sally Genema started TJ's Trucking in 1978 with 1 truck hauling beer. Today, TJ's Trucking has 4 generations of drivers delivering goods safely and on schedule throughout Michigan and as far away as Texas and Florida. Rick, Kurt, Mike, and Dana have taken the reins with a few grandchildren as part of the company as well. TJ's Trucking is more than a family business. It's a way to give back to the community. That's why they support the Cadillac Vikings all the way. TJ's Trucking on Whaley Road in Cadillac.
High school students are training for the jobs of tomorrow today at the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center in Cadillac. Juniors and seniors can choose from 14 career-driven programs. Free college credit is available. Parents, if you're looking to get your son or daughter started on a rewarding career, visit WMISD.org and click or tap the Career Technical Center link, then talk to your student's counselor. Call 876-2200. The Wexford Misaki Career Tech Center on 13th Street across from Baker College in Cadillac. Proud to support the students of Cadillac High School.
How many times have you heard this?
Man, I wish I could find a job. I've been looking for work everywhere.
Well, look no further because Northern Staffing Services has a job opening just for you in the Cadillac and surrounding areas. Positions ranging from general labor, manufacturing, and clerical work. Apply online at northernstaffingservices.com. That's northernstaffingservices.com. Or visit their office at 850 North Mitchell Street in Cadillac. Northern Staffing Services is proud to be a part of Cadillac Viking Sports.
107.1 The Drive is WCKC Cadillac. The Lakes Classic Rock Station. This is the new 107.1 The Drive.
Good evening and welcome to Cadillac Viking football on 107.1 The Drive. I'm Bill Barnett and I'm here at the Ionia High School Stadium with my broadcasting partner Todd Golnick. Tonight, the Vikings are here in Ionia with head coach Cody Mallory. Want to thank him for his pregame interview. The Vikings are 2-2 in the conference, the Big North Conference, 4-3 overall, and the Ionia Bulldogs are 1-4, 2-5 overall, and they're in the Capital Area Activities Conference and the White Division. So I'd like to welcome you specifically to tonight's broadcast and thank you for being a part of the Viking Nation radio listeners. The Vikings had a tough game last week. A miserable loss, 42-0 is what it turned out. 89 yards rushing in the contest. Gurdon with 30. He did lead in rushing. That was my hunch, but close behind Colin Johnston at 29 yards. The Roadrunner Noah Cochran with 26. And Baker with helping with tackles, 8 on limited time. He's out there tonight with both ankles taped right up, golden tape actually. Alec Barczewski with 7 last week. Julian Lamond coming in right after that with 5 tackles. So the Vikings, not much offense, and they didn't take care of the ball last week. They had a tough time, Todd, last week's game against West, as you had a week to think about it. Maybe you didn't want to.
Well, that was a tough game for Cadillac to come into TC West. TC West, like you say, they were big, they were faster. The weather didn't help Cadillac at all. We had rain, misty all night long. Field was wet. But every time we had opportunity to do anything with it, we'd either turn over, fumble, or it just didn't go Cadillac's way. But tonight is a whole different story. Tonight, this is a must-win for the Cadillac Vikings to get them into playoffs. So it should be a pretty good game. I think teams are pretty much equal, so it'll be a pretty good contest. And so tonight is also senior night for the Ionia team, the Bulldogs. So they're on the field right now with the band.
Okay, Vikings winning against Lake Fenton, losing against Bay City, John Glenn, winning against Petoskey, losing to Alpena, Odessa Lakewood, we won that. Gaylord, we won, losing against West. We're in game 8 of the season. Ionia's here next week. Do not come to the stadium or Travers on Friday night because it's a Saturday afternoon affair. So next week, Saturday at 1 o'clock up in TC, and we'll see that tough team that is leading our conference right now. We do have Alpena in the house. We're down here miles away next to a farm. There's some deer out there. Todd's got his binoculars out. He's enjoying them. We did see a buck, Todd. Are you sure about that?
Positive. Even the coaches noticed him out there in the field, too. It's a really nice facility out here.
It's about 6, 7, 8 years old. They have a 25-year-old school that looks brand new. Nice community down here. They are struggling, though, overall with their season. They played Wyoming Kellogg'sville to start off. Winning Hillsdale, they lost. Charlotte, they won. Lansing Catholic, Lansing Catholic, they lost there. Eaton Rapids lost. Lansing Sexton lost. Portland last week, 35-0, and they rotated quarterbacks throughout that game. So they are on a 4-game losing streak. They're hungry for a win. Tonight is homecoming, so there's a little extra bounce in their step down here, and they do and would like to win this thing. Again, they're about 4th place in the. Actually 5th place in their conference at 1-4, 2-5 overall in their conferences. Portland, Lands, Catholic, Sexton, Eaton Rapids, Ionia, and Charlotte are the teams in their conference. Tonight, the Vikings should be starting Wild and Barczewski at the ends on offense. Mallory, Blake Swiger on the right side. Razio Carson Razio is our center. Ryan Wood, big kid, gave me a high five out on the field earlier. 12 and 40 are their numbers. The Vikings are in their white uniforms, by the way, tonight. Aiden Gurdon, our sophomore quarterback, basically all season long, is going to be starting tonight. Cochran, the Roadrunner, will be the hopefully lead runner tonight. On defense, Jake Ulish, Blake Swiger, Warner, and Dennis have played a lot of line. You're going to see some others coming in there for Cadillac. David Johns, for example. Here comes our Star Spangled Banner, so we're going to take a moment and give you a little field mic.
With your hand over your heart, gentlemen, remove your hat, while active service persons and veterans may render the appropriate military salute as Ionia Marching Band, under the direction of Drum Major Kate Jake, plays our national anthem.
Nicely done. Nicely done by the Ionia High School Marching Band, starting us off here with the Star Spangled Banner. Nice crowd down below us. Nice Cadillac crowd. Beautiful weather, Todd. Blue skies up there. No wind, really. It's calm and not too cold, about 50, 52. We were due to be outside, so we brought all of our snowman clothes. And turned out we were able to get in the booth here, so we're happy for that, and you'll get a better broadcast for that. Vikings on defense, Jay Gulish, Blake Swiger, Ryan Warner, Trenton Dennis up front. They'll also have David Johns will be coming in and out on that, as well as others. We'll keep an eye on those through the night. Cochran at one of the linebackers, Luke Enyart at the other side. Buckmaster won't be playing tonight. He has injured his hand, so he'll be out tonight and probably next week as well. We'll just see how that goes. Logan Wild, Dan Gray at our corners, Alec Barchevsky, Julian Lamond back at safety. Those are our usual starters. We'll see if anything's changed. I don't know who's playing middle linebacker tonight. They're going to use Tip Baker as needed. He's not on the kick team. The Vikings lost the flip earlier, and they'll be receiving when we do get started here momentarily. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in. We're online and streaming thanks to our sponsors. So I want to thank our sponsors. We'll go through those as we get going, but McLean Transmissions is our streaming sponsor. And with that, you can get on 1071thedrive.com, and you can click right on our game and listen to us online. Call your friends, family, neighbors, and their pets. Get them listening. Get them cheering on the Vikings when you need it. Todd?
And their pets. Here we go. It's going to be Ionia kicking off from the 40. So the Cadillac Vikings just about ready to get this, waiting for the band to clear off of the field.
They need a little extra blockers down there, Todd.
Cadillac or Ionia?
Ionia. No, Cadillac could always use more blockers. Let's see who their kicker is tonight. Is sideways. Kicking right to left in the blue uniforms.
He's got a foot.
Number 31, and it's back, and it's Rasmus Anderson is their kicker. He's a punter as well. And it does go all the way into the end zone. Carter Harsh catches it cleanly and is whistled, as any step back in there with the ball is going to be, or the ball itself is going to be the whistle, and it'll be a dead play.
That's a good. It's got a good foot right there, kicking it into the end zone. So Cadillac is going to start off first and 20 on the 20. First game of the play coming up shortly.
First game of the play?
First play of this game, anyway.
Come on, Billy B. I'm going to get them early tonight, folks. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and all the games that you've come to this season that were wet. We have a wonderful fan base, and the parents are out tonight, and a lot of fans as well made the 2-hour trip down. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Gurdon's under center. He's going to take the snap, and he's going to go to the left side, and he's going absolutely nowhere. If anything, he's going to lose a yard on that.
Exactly, but he's 6'4", probably 280. It's all muscle, and he's one of their big guys up front at the defensive tackle position, and he made a nice tackle there and kind of throws players down. He's so big.
Different lineup for Cadillac. We have two wideouts on the far, this close side, and he's going to go back. He pitches it over to number 40.
Baker.
That's going to be Tip, 48. He's got the gold shoe, so Baker trying to get out, and he's going to lose 5 yards on the play. So Tip with a -5 on the carry.
All right, and then Todd, what those shoes are, we used to always tease some of the players with the colored shoes, but his is solid tape on both of his ankles. He's got them both, and he's able to move around a little bit. He's starting, though, at the tailback position, and he's staying in there. So the Vikings with a little bit of a switch there. Noah Cochran, we'll see who he's in for, actually. Looks like Harsh is in there. And he's in there for Johnston right now, and there's no back behind. They're using a different format.
Same play coming back around the right side. Baker breaks one tackle, breaks two, and he's going to lose a yard on that one also. So Baker on the flip from Gurdon with a loss of 1, so it's going to bring down 4th and 16.
Matthew Meyer in there on the tackle on that one. Nicely done. He's a defensive lineman, number 50. 10:24 left to go, no score. So not a good offensive series for the Vikings.
a 3 and out. Here's the fourth play, which will be a punt by Colin Hess, who's been solid. He's a junior. He's been doing well for us all year. 5'11", 135, not a big kid, but a strong leg, both kicking. There's a low snap. It's a one-hopper. He's got a low punt. He saves the day. It gets to the 30 to the 40, and it will go out of bounds on the 40 of Cadillac. But, oh, my goodness, on a low snap that took a one-hopper, Colin Hess fielding it as a shortstop. Reminded me of his dad a little bit out there in the outfield from the softball days, Todd. Good hands there. He kicked it, but he kicked it so low. It went right over the line. I'm not kidding, about a foot over everyone's head, but that turned out to be a good thing. The punt probably was 30 yards, but maybe needed a little bit more there, but we got away with a big boo-boo there that could have led to a touchdown or a safety. At least he didn't kick it out of bounds like we've seen earlier this year.
So Cadillac, your Ionia is going to start off 1st and 10 on the 40.
And there'll be a handoff right side to number 11, Tanner Gregory. He gets a short gain, not much. And it looks like Baker, from what I could see on this one, the tackle, Baker Tip is for the first tackle for the evening. Their quarterback's number 12, Blake Bookie.
Zero yardage on that one. Baker met it right at the line, so good play by Tip Baker on the tackle.
So up behind his center, Blake Bookie. He's number 12. He's a regular-sized quarterback, and actually he's in the shotgun this time. He's got a halfback next to him. Again, it's going to be 11, Tanner Gregory. Gregory has a short gain, basically nothing. So the Vikings have a couple good plays right in a row. Big 77 for Cadillac on that. Tackles, Ryan Warner, our other big kid, Wood and Warner. A couple of big boys. 9:07 left to go. No score. If you've just joined us, that's the Pines Bowling Center scoreboard. Todd's moving around on me already. It's early.
It's early.
You got heat. He just turned the heat on, folks.
Just turned it off. It's getting too warm.
It doesn't feel like it's off. Back to pass. He's going to roll out. That'll be Bookie. Bookie goes on the far sideline, overthrows an open receiver. Alex Hewitt was wide open. Just Baker was behind him and just made a quick move that Baker didn't see. The pass was poorly thrown and overthrown, thankfully, for the Vikings. That would have been a connection, but the receiver wouldn't have gotten very far. It looked to be number
4, Alex Hewitt. It would have been a first down, like you say, though, but that just overthrown. But he had good. He was getting pressured by number 80 for the Vikings, which is Jay Gulish.
So Rasmus Anderson is back to punt. They're going to punt from there, from the Viking 40, so we'll be in deep territory if this works out for Ionia. Punt's high. It looks like Logan Wild's down there. It's going to roll into the end zone, so a really good roll for Ionia up until it went into the end zone, and when that happens, they bring it out to the 20. The Vikings are going to start over, reload, and start this thing over on the 20. Offensively, not good. The first part of this game, Todd, just plays that went nowhere. Baker was involved in several of them, and he's playing at one of the slots. They're putting everybody out on the splits. They're using a little different offense. They usually have call it a B-back right behind them. I call it a tailback, but he is.
Well, that's what I said. We had 2 wideouts on this close side to us and one on the far side, and Baker in the back, and they ran the same play twice and didn't get anywhere. Lost yardage on both of them. So Cadillac starting over at 1st and 10 on the 20. 8:39 left to go in the first. If you're just joining us, no score. So Gurdon under center. Now we've got handoff over here on the left side, and that's going to be number 20. That's going to be Cochran. So Cochran's going to pick up, it looks like, about 6 yards on the gain.
And he's brought down by Tyler Walchuk. He's a junior. And he's one of the wide receivers on offense, also playing a little cornerback over there. A lot of these kids, it's a smaller roster, probably about 25 kids, and they play constantly back and forth. I won't say 25, maybe 35. Makes a little more sense, adding up on what's actually on the sideline.
So Cadillac's going to be 2nd down and 4 on the 26. That's going to go to Baker. Baker on the left side, picking up a first down all the way out to the 35-yard line, starting on the 26. So Baker with a great gain of 9.
Austin Hillebrandt on the tackle. He is a kick returner, wide receiver, running back, and quarterback. The guy does everything. First down for the Vikings. What's that mean, Todd?
That's the first down brought to you by Pizza Plus. Pizza Plus down on Mitchell Street.
All right, folks, stick around. Fred Bryant at halftime with our halftime show with Cadillac Java and Java 2, Dynamic Physical Therapy. Also one of our sponsors. Want to say hi to those folks.
So Gurdon on the center. He's going to take the snap, and that's going to Cochran. Cochran over the right side, following Baker. and then he gets out to about the 37-yard line, maybe the 38, depending on the spot, for a gain of 3.
Did you see that tackle, Ethan Klump, again, Todd? And that's the swing around. It's sort of a country dance. He's a big kid. He just wraps his arms around the kids, kind of throws them down like a horse collar with no horse collar. And they know they're tackled, that's for sure. But he's one of the inside linemen. The kid's tall, 6'4" at least. I'm going to say 280, but maybe 260, and all muscle. He's a factor that we might want to run away from if we're able to.
So under center, it's going to go to Cochran. Cochran following his left side, and he's going to get out to about the 40-yard line, picking up a first. Nope, not a first down. He's going to be shy of first down of about 2. So Cochran on the left side for 2.
Ethan Klump, number 80 with his third tackle. Not afraid to follow the ball. 6:45 left to go, first quarter. 0-0 is our score on the Pines Bowling Center scoreboard.
Got an update at 7-0. Lake City is over Pine River right now in first quarter. So the Cadillac Vikings, it's going to be 3rd and 5 on the 40. Under center is going to be Gurdon. We've got a man in motion, and it's going to go to a flip over to the right side, and he's going across 44, 50. That's Harsh down to the 40. He's breaking down to the 30, getting dragged out of bounds. He's going to be out at about the 28-yard line, starting on the 40.
35, Todd, I'm going to give you, if it's, I see it on the 25.
I want to say he's on about the 27.
All right, so that'll be a 38-yard run, and a nice one by Fuzzy Math. Carter Harsh, the Harsh boy.
The Harsh.
Still coming into his own. He's doing this all season long. I say that because Harsh, like a lot of these players, are sophomores, and their sophomore side never appeared until last week, which is understandable. And here we are with the winning record, 4-3 so far. Hopefully getting number 5 tonight.
So Gurdon's going to keep it himself, go around the left side. He wanted to pitch that out to number 40, but he opted to keep it. He's going to pick up 2 on the gain. So 40 is Colin Johnston.
And the tackle, Sean Bongard, number 14, the junior, also plays a little wide receiver as well on the offensive side, but he's doing his duties right now at cornerback. 0-0 is the score on the Pines Center Bowling Center scoreboard. 5:50 left to go, first quarter action.
So Gurdon under center. We've got Baker in motion. He's back to pass. We've got a man wide open, and it looks like it's number 42. He's going to stay in bounds for a touchdown, and he's starting on the 27-yard line. So the pass goes out to number 27.
Oh, 42, Todd. It is 27-yarder, though.
27-yarder, and that was Alec Barshewski.
It is. I got you there early on. We'll do that every time. And when there's a touchdown, Todd, what do we say? I'm going to let you do this one.
TJ Trucking touchdown.
Thank you.
TJ Trucking for the Cadillac Vikings.
And that happens at 5:39 left to go here in the first quarter. Kicking will be, I'm going to guess Hess it is. 6-0 for Cadillac. Point after try. Held by Barchewski.
Good.
It is good. So the kick is good by Hess. And the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. 2 key plays, Harsh's long run, and how about that play, the pass to Barchewski from Aiden Gurdon.
Wide open in the right side, and I was surprised because he looked like he was going to opt to pitch it over to Baker, but he rolled out to the right side and seen Barchewski all by himself and made a great pass. Barchewski dancing along the sideline, though, to stay in, but he made it in there for 27 yards.
Yep, the kid's tall. I was just down on the field watching this kid. All these guys seem much taller than what I remember from high school, but they are tall kids, and Barchewski comes in at 6'4", and that height is important, but the kid has speed, strength, and right there he just beat his man by probably 5 yards at least, and you got to hand it to Aiden Gurdon with a great pass. 27-yarder to Alec Barchewski to start our scoring.
So Colin Hess in the kick from the 40 for the Cadillac Vikings. They have 2 guys back at the 10 waiting for the number 11 is 1. So Colin Hess is going to be a short kick. That's going to be picked up on the 27, and he's going to be tackled at about the 36, maybe the 37. So he's a gain of 10 on the kick.
And then on the tackle, number 80, Jay Ghoulish from Dighton, 6'1", 167-pound sophomore. Are you kidding me, Jay? Kid's played on the defensive line all season long. He's a sophomore. There's several players like that you would never guess are 10th graders. And then have done wonderfully for Cadillac. 5:37 left to go, first quarter, 7-0. Cadillac leading the Ionia Bulldogs at their homecoming. And Todd said, well, there's not much of a crowd here.
All of a sudden.
I don't know where they came from.
Either.
It's not just the band showed up.
They turned the lights off, and here they come.
Speaking of, it is a handoff. Nope, he kept it. Going around the right side will be the
quarterback,
QB,
Bookie.
Blake Bookie. Is he a Bookie, Todd? You think he's a Bookie? Got a little, in 77 on the tackle. Ryan Warner with his second tackle at 6 foot, 275 junior. Nice job up there. Put Warner and Wood together. Wood also a junior. Talk about a young team. It's going to be second and about 8 from the 39-yard line of Ionia. Handoff right side. That's going to go to 11, Tanner Gregory. Gregory takes it around the corner. Doesn't turn the corner, though, because Tip Baker's over there. And Tip playing beautifully on defense. Glad to have him back. The timing couldn't have been better with the injury with Buckmaster's hand tonight, and he won't be in. Had a little chat with him. He's trying to come back this season, but he's going to wait and see. And usual... see how things heal.
So no gain on that one also right there for Ionia. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 7 on the 41 at 4:32 left to go.
Bookie's in the shotgun. We're going to see them probably trade quarterbacks throughout the evening. Bookie's back to pass. He's got good coverage, a good pocket to throw from, but he throws it out of bounds. It doesn't look like it went to any receiver, intended receiver, but it's a good thing for the Vikings. But he has a good arm. And he had the protection back there he needed. So those things were positive for Ionia. 4:20 left to go in the first quarter, 7-0. It looks like there'll be a punter coming on, Tony Valesco. It looks to be the punter. We'll double check. It is 3, and so they do change punters as well. Rasmussen has been punting. We'll double check that. There's a high snap and a whistle. It is 3. So Velasco punted all last week.
I think we've got a timeout Cadillac, Billy B.
All right, with that, we'll take a break. You're listening to Cadillac Viking football. We're up. Vikings are up 7-0, 4:20 left to go in the first quarter. We'll be back right after this on 107.1 The Drive.
Just like a referee needs great eyesight to make the big calls, you need great eyesight to tackle life's challenges. At Advanced Optometry in Cadillac, their qualified and professional staff works together to ensure your visit is comfortable, accommodating your busy schedule and addressing any questions prior to your appointment. Whether it's a general eye exam or treating a condition that requires an in-depth diagnosis, you'll get undivided attention and a plan based on your needs and Advanced Optometry's expert opinion. Focused on your eye health, Advanced Optometry on Pollester Street in Cadillac. Learn more at advancedoptometry.com.
And welcome back to Cadillac Viking football at 4:20. Cadillac Vikings up 7-0 in the first quarter. So Cadillac calling a timeout on the 4 and 7 for Ionia. Ionia back to punt.
So a nice 80-yard drive for the Vikes.
So Cadillac is going to pick it up. It's going to be number 12 on the return. That's going to be Harsh. So Harsh is picking it up and gets about 2 yards on the return. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cadillac Vikings on, it looks like it's going to be wherever they set the ball down.
The Vikes took it down there.
27.
Nice 80-yard series. Let's see, and they got it down with 2 key plays. One was Harsh's running ability, and also the pass to Barchevsky. That's our highlight so far tonight. 7-0. First time the Vikes had the ball, it was 3 and out. Same thing though for Ionia.
So Cochran is going to take the handoff on the right side. No, it's going to be a keeper. Gurdon's going to take it, and he's going to get out to the 30. So Gurdon on the fake handoff to Cochran out to the 30 for a pickup of 3.
Number 21 on the tackle. Colin Stewart. He's a slot back, also their middle linebacker, their big stud, so to speak, a senior. And not a big kid, but he seems to have the best athletic ability. And their coach, Mike Farley, puts him right where he wants them. They're 2-5, 1-4 in their conference.
So Gurdon under center. This time we've got Tip Baker. Tip Baker on the left side. He's across the 40. He's got someone wide open across the 50. He is not going to be stopped. He is going to the house. Baker all the way in. He's down to the 10, the 5, in the end zone. No flags. Starting on the 30-yard line. Tip Baker for a 70-yard run.
70 yards. Awesome job. And when we have a touchdown like that, Todd, I'm going to ask you to Give me a little TJ.
It's a TJ Trucking touchdown for the Vikings. Tip Baker breaking out on the left side, and once he got across the middle, he was not going to be stopped. He just kicked it in the high gear for a 70-yard run.
Guy's an elite athlete, and he's been injured all season. He's playing with 2 feet that are basically nothing but tape tonight, and boy, could he run. 13-0 is the score. Hess is going to go in for the kick. Barczewski will be the holder. It looks like Johnston is the snapper, and the kick is up. Todd?
Kick is good.
With that, it's almost a TJ's Trucking extra point. Maybe that will go with that, but Hess, who's a most valuable player of games earlier this season when he's made his, he's done well at punting. First of all, it's been solid for us and handled the ball well, but he also has now been given more opportunities. As Libby's, they're probably going to trade in and out, but they've been going with Hess. We've got a 14-0 lead still in the first quarter, so things looking good here so far. We'll stick right here for a second. Todd, maybe a little thing about our sponsors tonight: Dynamic Physical Therapy, Cadillac Java and Java 2, Pizza Plus, LC Materials, Wexford Misaki Career Tech Center, Don's Auto Clinic, and High Point Cadillac GMC, McLean Transmissions. They are our streaming sponsor, by the way. Johnson Insurance Agency, McBain and LC Family Pharmacy, TJ's Trucking, the Pines Bowling Center, on the Pines Bowling Center scoreboard, Baker College of Cadillac, Peterson McGregor Insurance, Advanced Optometry. We're looking for that good call from the ref, Todd. Northern Staffing, they're keeping everybody employed in our statistic group. And we're going to come up with some numbers for you tonight. The Forefront Credit Union, it's almost open on Boone Road. Want to wish them the best of luck. It's November's their probable opening day. So with all that said, here comes our kickoff team. The Vikings with a long kick down to about the 15. It's caught coming down as one of the Bulldogs. We'll get that for you. And the Vikings get him too. It's number 9, Austin Hillebrand. And the Vikings with a good
42.
42. Barczewski is going to get the main drag there, as he had a lot of friends, though, helping him, and a host of Vikings helping Alec. Barczewski, 6'2", 185. He's all muscle. 3:21 left to go, first quarter. Vikings lead 14-0. Got off to a good start. Ionia has lost 4 games in a row, but they've also won games earlier on in the season, just in a little bit of a slump, and they're looking to get out of it. It's their homecoming. And with that said, Ionia's lining up on their own 41. Bookie in the shotgun. He's back to pass, looking over the center. He throws one up high. There's going to be a little collision and no whistle. And basically, Ethan Klump was the intended receiver. Todd, there is a flag, but it might be holding.
It might be. It depends. It's on this side, though. It might be some holding with them coming off of the line. So got a laundry laying on the field, so it's going to be.
And Julian Lamont was right there with Big. He's outsized by Ethan Klump. And Klump just kind of ran into him. So we do have a hold, and that will be against Ionia. Not good news for the Bulldogs, as they're going to be pushed back from their own 40, 41 or so. Let's see where they mark it, back on the 33-yard line, their own 33, so they're getting backed up. Vikings do have Baker in at middle linebacker, Enyart's at one of the linebacker positions, Noah Cochran on the other side, Danny Gray's out there. We've got Logan Wild, Alec Barczewski, Julian Lamond. We'll get to your linemen. It's probably Gulish, Swigert, Warner, and Dennis. And actually on this side, Schoolish. So he's going side to side. Back to pass again. Bookie. He's got a screen pass over the middle. It's caught, and that'll be Alex Hewitt. He doesn't get very far as the Vikings stand him up and take him down, and Baker's right in the middle of that. So Tip with the tackle. Tipped him right on over, and it's about on the 34-yard line. It's going to make it still second in a lifetime, probably 20. 18 we'll go with, close enough. On the 34 is where it's going to be marked on the Ionia side. Getting back in the shotgun, getting ready to go, is Blake Bookie, number 12, a junior quarterback, also a defensive back here in Ionia. Handoff up the middle. It's going absolutely nowhere. That'll be number 11, Tanner Gregory. He gets brought down. And 77 having a good time down there for us. Ryan Warner, 6 foot, 275, junior. Can't beat that. That's a lot of beef, Todd. We should get a discount on that beef.
Oh. So it's going to be 3rd down and 15 on the 36.
2:12. Clock moving down, first quarter, going well for the Cadillac Vikings. Everything in control. Nice Viking crowd over there tonight as well. This is our last Friday night game for the regular season. Next week, Saturday at 1 up in TC. Thurlby Field, back to pass. Bookie. He's in a it's an interception. Vikings have it left side. It's going to go all the way. That looks like Cochran, but I can't see yet.
I think it's number.
It is 20. It is
Cochran.
Cochran with an interception on about the 30. Noah Cochran takes it in. So he just stepped in front of the receiver. Pretty nice pass, thrown well. Cochran using the Roadrunner, using his instincts again, and taking it in. I'm going to give him 30 yards. I didn't see exactly where he had it, but 30-yard interception. So key play right there for the Cadillac Vikings, snuffing out the offense. And it's still in the first quarter. We've got 1:43 left to go here in the first. So a beautiful play and an interception on Bookie's pass. Nicely done by Noah Cochran.
Yeah, he read that well. It was underthrown too, but Cochran was able to pick that up, keep his footing, and run all the way in on 30 yards. And it looks like the extra point Hess is good, so that's going to make it 21-0 at 1:43 left to go, and that is also a TJ Trucking touchdown by Cochran on the interception.
I told you the defense can score, Todd. We get down to that golden zone there, red zone. Even though we don't have the ball, I'm still thinking score. We'll be right back, folks. We'll be right back, actually, because we're going to go to a quick break here. Vikings are up 21-0. First quarter, we'll be back. You're listening to 107.1 The Drive.
This is Viking Country, where we play with pride, win with teamwork, and always give our very best. Just like the team at Peterson McGregor Insurance, Cadillac's hometown insurance professionals. They're locally owned, so they're committed to our community. They're independent, so they offer the best insurance options. And they're dedicated to helping people protect what's most important: home, health, auto, and more. When it comes to insurance, count on the pros at Peterson McGregor Insurance. Visit them online today and go Vikings.
And welcome back to Cadillac Viking football. Hess in the kick for the Cadillac Vikings on the 40. He's going to get this one. This is a little bit better kick. It's going to be picked up on the 20, across the 25, down to the 30, 35. He's going to be tackled at the 40, maybe about the 41-yard line. So a gain of about 21 yards. So Ionia Bulldogs are going to start off 1st and 10 on the 41.
That was Hillebrandt that took it back, Todd, and tackled and brought down by Alan Huang. Also 28, Brandon Green, who's also known as Billy. He's I don't know why they call him Billy, but Billy had the tackle there. They love this kid. Ionia's going to start at their own 40. Pretty good field position. Bookie is back there in the shotgun. Slots on both sides. He's got a running back next to him. He does hand it off.
Keeper.
Oh, he doesn't. He had me fooled, Todd, and with that, he keeps it and goes around the right side and is brought down and picked up nicely by Ryan Warner after he tackled him. Thank you for the good sportsmanship. Always nice to see. So a short gain of about 4.
2nd down and 6 on the 44 with 1:17 left to go in the first quarter.
In the shotgun again, Bookie making his signals, waiting for the ball. It's snapped to him. He's going to hand it off right side to Gregory. Gregory takes it around the corner. Good Viking pursuit, good tackling. And Barchevsky right in the middle of that with Baker. And also Noah Cochran. So Cochran making a nice splash here.
3rd down, 1 to go for Ionia.
5-yard gain on that one.
We have 50 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Vikings leading 21-0. If you just joined us, we're down in Ionia. Looks a little bit like Alpine out there, doesn't it, Todd, other than the blue?
Yeah, right. They're green, but that's blue, so.
There you go. There's the snap. Oh, we have a different quarterback in.
Oh, great.
Hand off to Gregory. He's just smushled and taken back with
who hit
forward. I'm going to guess he weighs 300 pounds, but it might be 275. It is 77. Todd was leading that whole thing. Warner's just having a great game at 275 pounds.
Met him right at the line.
And he pushed him back and back. The whistle blew. Then they just let him go because the whistle was blown. They tried running again. That wasn't going to work. Austin Hillebrandt is in at quarterback now, number 9. And there is going to be a timeout right now. So with
End
that,
of quarter.
Oh, with that, it's a timeout, Todd. We'll be right back after this, folks. Billy B and Todd are here in Ionia, 21-0, Cadillac Vikings leading. That is the end of the quarter, and you're listening to 107.1 The Drive.
There's one business that's been in downtown Cadillac for over 50 years, and that's Pizza Plus, the home of delicious pizza, specialty sandwiches, pasta dishes, and much more. It's homemade, delicious food you won't soon forget. Remember this number and call it whenever you're hungry. 775-7727. That's 775-7727. Delicious food at reasonable prices. Pizza Plus, downtown Cadillac. Proud to support Cadillac Viking sports.
For over 100 years, Baker College has turned dreams into careers with high-quality, world-class degree programs on campuses across Michigan and online. At Baker, 79% of our students qualify for scholarships. Pursue your dream. Be more with a career-minded Baker College degree. Baker College. Excellence, accessible, affordable. You've got dreams. We can make them happen. Visit baker.edu.
Okay, we've got a snap. It's a shotgun, and it's a Hillebrandt. He hands it off. We might have a loose ball. Actually, he doesn't hand it off. He gets downfield nicely and is brought down by number 9, Julian Lamond, doing his safety work, which is safety valve. He stopped what might have been a touchdown at almost a 20-yard run, Todd?
16-yard run.
Feels like 20, down to the 35-yard line of Cadillac, so over the 50, and off they go. It looks like Ionia's not going to take this lying down. They've got the shotgun again. Hillebrandt in the quarterback position, new quarterback. He's going to hand it off to Gregory going left side. Goes around the corner, makes a couple yards, is brought down by a couple Vikings. One would be Cochran, and the other is Dan Gray. So Gray and Cochran with some nice tackling over there, but a little bit of a yardage problem because he does get marked.
Picked up 7.
At about 7. And that is what it is. So down to about the 28, just using my math. I can't see because they're all standing around the ball. 11-14.
28.
Clock ticking down. 21-0. Cadillac leading. Thanks for tuning in to 107.1 The Drive. It looks like they're lining up. Here comes the signals. They're being called, but now by Hillebrandt. He's in the shotgun position. He's got the ball. He's going to take it himself, just run it in like a wildcat up the middle, gets nothing, and is closed right down there, both by Warner. Ryan Warner again, but also Nick Hale in there helping as well. Nick Hale, a 5'10", 235-pound sophomore. I'm not kidding, folks. These sophomores are amazing. We have a 235-pound defensive lineman that comes in. His name is Nick Hale, and the Smushellville put him next to Warner. Man, that's some beef. Here it is again. Hillebrandt has the snap, holds it, he fakes a handoff, and he takes it right side and pays dearly for it as the Vikings come through the line, hitting him hard.
It's going to be
Blake Swiger.
And Baker.
And 77, the big kid, Warner, again on the tackle, but Swiger, who plays both ways. And you'll see Cochran, when he didn't play both ways, his defense improved. The poor kid has been playing both ways at outside linebacker and the main running back all season long. He's a backup running back. He's been fantastic for us. But you take the guy out of halfback, look how much energy he has. He's got that beautiful interception, and he's not as tired, which is good for him. We have a little injury or something going on where the clock stopped. Did you see that, Todd?
Yeah, they brought the one of the players over to the sideline, so obviously something happened. So it's going to be 4th down and 4 on the 29. So there was a loss on that last play by Hillebrandt.
And look who's back in is Bookie. Bookie is now quarterbacking again. Gregory next to him, running back for Ionia. Ionia with the snap and the shotgun. Back to pass is Gregory. Fakes a long pass, doesn't do it, but throws it over the middle. I think it's caught by number 6. That is Tyler Walczyk with a nice catch there and a first down for Ionia. Right over the middle, and the Vikings do get a tackle there by number 6, Logan Wild, right where he needed to be. Perfectly thrown right in the middle of a bunch of Vikings. They threaded the needle. So a beautiful throw by their quarterback.
12-yard gain.
Blake Bookie. 9:26 left to go. 21-0 is their score. Todd moves over once in a while. It's nice to know because his windows are set up where you can't to a certain part.
Can't see.
I wonder why he's moving over. Back to pass again. Bookie throws it right side, way into the corner. Intended receiver again is 6. That'll be Walczyk. It's outside the end zone, and good defense back there by Julian Lamond, actually secondarily and mainly. his little partner in crime. That'll be Logan Wild. Two of them look alike, 6 and 9. They have the upside down numbers. It's enough to keep the defense guessing. And both of them have similar body sizes, and that they're both seniors, by the way, which is another thing that we're not used to this year. 9:09 left to go.
Great coverage by the Vikings. This time it's going to be a handoff this time. No, it's a quarterback. Go over to number 12. 12 over the right side, and he's going to get all the way down to the 5. So that is going to be Bookie on the keeper, getting down to the 5 with a 12-yard gain and first down.
And another nice tackle by number 9, Julian Lamond. Sounds like a movie star to me.
They're having a hard time picking up that keeper right there because their quarterbacks are getting some pretty big yardage.
Well, they've been handing it off. All those handoffs, now they're not handing it off and leaving it in the quarterback's hand. Yes, the Vikings have to key a little bit more on the quarterback. Speaking of, we've got Hillebrand in there. Watch him wildcat this thing, Todd. Get snapped to him. He's going to take it right through the middle himself. They did that play last week. It's his first tackle, 5'9", 180. Another sophomore for Cadillac playing awesome defense. 8:29. Clock's ticking. But second and goal. Well, it is second and goal from the 3-yard line. So they're totally knocking on our door. Hillebrand, again, in the shotgun. He's going to take it in. Nice tackle, a Viking coming through quickly. The low tackle, 48 Baker. Boy, that's the best tackle we've had tonight. And
you read that one well.
Ouch.
Yes.
The body of the running back, Gregory, not going to be feeling good tomorrow. Well, Tanner Gregory, also a sophomore. So there's a younger player out there as well. Third and goal from the 3. 7:50 left to go. Vikings leading 21-0. Ionia, though, threatening to score here. They're not going to just sit down on their homecoming. Hillebrand is in the shotgun. Next to him is Gregory. Hillebrand gets the snap, hands it off to Gregory up the middle. He's going to score. I think he reached over. He did it. Nicely done, and a nice job.
So Hillebrand for 3-yard run.
Rasmus Anderson in to attempt the extra point.
So that's going to be a score of 20.
Sorry, Todd. It's Tanner Gregory and handed off by Hillebrand. So Gregory
with the score.
Yes, and what he did, Todd, he leaned over and he just swung his arm with the ball, and it got over the goal line, and his body apparently hadn't hit yet. Here comes the kick by 31 for, Rasmus Anderson kicks it up, and it's good. So we've got a 21-7. And the run was a 3-yard, Todd? Was that a 3 or
3-yard run?
So that happens at 7:34 in the second quarter. And Tanner Gregory has what was basically a nice drive by Ionia. They burned up a lot of the second quarter here. But with that, a 3-yard run and a score of 21-7. Again, the kick was up and good by Rasmus Anderson. So they use him and Tony Velasco for punting. Velasco a sophomore, and Anderson is a junior. He's also listed as a punter, but not doing those duties. So the Vikings have to play hard. We're just not going to roll and keep scoring and get into a 35-0 game here, Todd.
Well, that's just it. Cadillac can't sit down and just wait for them, because Ionia is going to bring it to them this whole game. And that series right there, I think Cadillac just laid back on their heels, and Ionia did what they wanted to on offense.
Yeah, the worst thing was, Todd, they're scoring their major yards right through the middle, right in the dead, what should be a dead spot. They have a funnel of death they like to talk about. They set up for Mike Miller when he gets in there. If I see him in there, I'll explain it. But they just funnel all the players into Mike Miller's area and let him do his damage. Here comes the kick. Vikings are going to get it on about the 12, and that'll be Aiden. Sorry, let me double check. That is Harsh. And Harsh is brought down quickly by Sean Bongard. So starting about on the 12, it looks like he got it to the 20. So an 8-yard return for Harsh. So after Ionia scores, the Vikings get the ball.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cadillac Vikings at 7:30. On 21-7, if you're just joining us in the second quarter, 7:30 left to go. So the Cadillac Vikings on top of this one. So Ionia just, like you say, they went a long way on that last time they had the ball. So under center, it's going to be Gurdon. Gurdon's going to be taking the snap for the Vikings.
Wow.
One single back in motion. That's going to go. Handoff on the right side. I believe that was Cochran.
Yes.
So Cochran picking up 1.5 yards, maybe 2.
Yep, and he's taken down by Big 80 again. Ethan Klump. He's a big clump. Guy's got size. He's a tight end as well. He's a big kid. We'll call him that. Tall, strong, and really doing well on defense and ending up with 4 tackles at this point.
So Gurdon under center. He's going to take the snap. We got 2 wideouts, and he's going to be in motion again, but he's going to be back to pass. He just throws it over the middle, number 42. He's across the 40, 50, 40, 30. Barszewski is not going to be stopped. He is going to go all the way into the end zone, starting on the 21, and I do not see any flags on the field. So Barszewski with a 79?
Yes, sir.
79-yard pass. Fuzzy math. Had to add it up there.
6:48, so the Vikings come back quickly, 27-0 right now. And will be Colin Hess for kicking duties. But at 6:48 in the second quarter, we have a 79-yard pass. And it was probably a 20-yard pass, and it was a straight-down pattern on the right side, and he caught it full speed ahead. He's a big kid. They're not keeping up with him, Todd. They're letting him get behind. The Vikings see that. The coaches see that next to us.
They just threw it over the top, and he was wide open, and he was able to just kick it in gear, and there was no one going to stop him. So Colin Hess in for the extra point, and that is up and good. So that's going to make it a 28-7 at 6:48 left to go in the second quarter.
28-7. I might have said 28-0. 28-7, 6:48 left to go. We'll take a 30-second break. We'll be right back. You're listening to Cadillac Viking Football on 107.1 The Drive.
Fall high school sports season is here. That means practices, games, and inevitably sports-related injuries. When your kid gets hurt, who can you turn to? The professionals at Dynamic Physical Therapy, who year after year work with great success with a large number of high school athletes from all area schools. And remember, direct access means you can skip the doctor's referral and come straight to Dynamic Physical Therapy. Get your young athlete back on the field, court, or course as fast as possible. Dynamic Physical Therapy, with offices near you in Cadillac, Traverse City, Manistee, Marion, Buckley, and Gaylord. Learn more at dynamicptmichigan.com.
And welcome back to Cadillac Viking Football, 28-7, first half score. Second quarter, 6:48 left to go. The Vikings are kicking off 2 touchdown passes, Todd, and it was tough to throw last week. You know why? Because we had no time for the quarterback even to take a step back. Heck, our punter was getting things blocked. He's way back. But they're passing well tonight and doing a great job. Here comes a kick. It ends up on the 32-yard line and is quickly downed by number 22. I've got Todd's thing going now. Caden Reed.
Dyslexic today. Yeah. We're reading things backwards.
He's putting the words in the wrong place and still making sense. Everybody understands what he's saying, but I got to get him when I can. 6:48, and it does look like they're going to start.
On the 32. So
bad.
On that last one by Barszewski, we had a first down by Pizza Plus and also a TJ Trucking touchdown for the Cadillac Vikings.
You want to give that them. We're looking for the advanced optometry. Good call from the ref, and there have been nothing but good calls tonight. So far, that's what's happening. Here we go. Starting on the 32-ish. Handoff faked. Going around the left side. There's a fumble. Baker causes a fumble, and it's going to be covered up by a Viking. I'm going to say ghoulish. Nope, it's 82, everybody. Trenton Dennis with the fumble recovery, and the hit was old Baker. He hits hard. You put a little bit extra tape on you. I mean, that might give you leverage, but he hit very hard, number 12, Blake Bookie, as he handed a fake handoff and then tried to take it around the left side, paid dearly for it, as Baker came through untouched, unscathed, and just pounded him with a body-to-body tackle. Out went the ball, and Dennis thinking ahead, and also he had some help there. Ryan Wood almost got the fumble recovery. We had 2 Vikings there sharing on that.
All right, here we go. It's going to be Gurdon under center, and we've got a man in motion, but Gurdon's going to do the keeper on the right side. He's across the 20, about across the 15. He's getting down to about the 12 or maybe the 13, starting on the 18, depending on the spot. Looks like he's going to get on the 13, so pick up a 5 for Gurdon on the keeper on the left side.
28-7 is our score. Cadillac leading. Second quarter, 6:20 left to go. Don't go anywhere for halftime, folks. We have a nice sit down with Fred Bryant. He's coming in, so we're going to chat with him about some of the Viking sports this fall and what goes on behind the scenes in the athletic director's office. A lot of work, let me tell you.
So we're going to take a snap. It's going to be a pitch to Harsh. Harsh around the right side. He breaks one tackle and another, and he gets down to the 10. So Harsh on the pitch from Gurdon for a pickup of 2.
Colin Stewart, the middle linebacker, coming over there with a shirt tackle. People were noticing that.
So it's going to be third down and 10. Third down and 2 on the 10. So the Vikings got a couple yards yet to go to first down. So it's going to be Gurdon under center. Harsh again in motion. Gurdon's going to do the keeper around the right side. He's going to pick up a first down depending on the spot. And it looks like it is going to be a first down for Gurdon following the right side.
Colin Stewart on the tackle. Their middle linebacker stood him up, sort of did a little cowboy dance there. They got some help to push him back. Vikings offensive line doing outstanding tonight. Bryce Benchelink, Ryan Wood, Carson Rossio, our center. Blake Swiger, who plays both ways as well. Mallory, Sam Mallory, Cody Mallory's son, who's doing fantastic at the right tackle. He's a sophomore. We're going to have a timeout, Todd, or is this the end of the quarter again?
Timeout for Cadillac.
Just kidding. 5:13 left to go. 28-7 is our score. We're going to take a break. We'll go back to Rich Spicer. I want to thank Rich for being our engineer tonight, filling in for Zach Wiggins, who's unavailable. And always great to have Rich with us. We'll be right back after this. Cadillac leads 28-7 on 107.1 The Drive.
For generations, Cadillac's family gathering spot for pizza, pop, and bowling has been the Pines Bowling Center. And after all these years, it's still going strong. Thursdays at the Pines are famous for their half-off pizza special. Stop by after the game because the Pines is open late for a great meal and good times with friends and family, including glow bowling late on Friday and Saturday nights. Cadillac's headquarters for pizza, pop, and bowling is the Pines Bowling Center. Learn more at thepinesbowlingcenter.com.
And welcome back to Cadillac Viking football. 5:13 left to go in the second quarter. Vikings up 28-7 and knocking on the doorstep. They got first down on the 7-yard line to go. So Cadillac calls a timeout. They're coming out of this huddle. We've got two wideouts on the far side. It's single back in the backfield. Gurdon's going to be under center, going to take the snap. He's going to take the snap, and it's going to be a handoff on the left side. Cochran, it looks like he is going to get into the end zone. So Cochran in the end zone for a 7-yard gain, and that is going to be another TJ Trucking touchdown for the Cadillac Vikings.
That's going to give us 34, everybody. 7-yard run by Tanner Cochran. Excuse me. Noah Cochran. Hi, Tanner. Sorry about that. Older brother. Noah, younger brother. I think they've got one more coming at least. But a nice run, and it's going to make it 34-7.
In for the extra point is going to be Colin Hess, so Colin's going to be taking the snap. And the snap is going to be on its way.
That's Johnston.
And the kick is up, and the kick looks good from here, and it is. So it's going to be another extra point for the Cadillac Vikings, bringing the score to 35-7 at 5:08.
Okay, we'll take a short break. We'll be right back. Vikings up in the big time here in Ionia. We'll see you right after this on 107.1 The Drive.
With straightforward rewards checking from 4Front Credit Union, you get 4% rewards for doing stuff you do every day. Like logging onto your account and receiving e-statements. And you can open your account right online. It's that straightforward. Unlike someone's tee shot. Straightforward rewards from 4Front Credit Union. Are you getting 4%? 4.08% annual percentage yield. Rate subject to change. Interest paid on balance up to $15,000. Some requirements apply. Insured by NCUA.
And welcome back to Cadillac Viking football at 5:08 in the second quarter. Vikings up 35-7.
We're one touchdown and one extra point away from a point differential rule that kicks in the second half. We're 5:08 left to go in the second quarter. But Todd's mentioned, and I feel as well, Ionia has some confidence now, although we shot them in the back right there a little bit with a nice play or two. Here comes a squib kick down to about the 30 from Hess. And no need to touch. Johnston would have got the tackle, but they blew the whistle as the knee went down. They just covered it, no return.
Kicked it in the same place, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Ionia on the 33.
Seems to be working so far. 35-7 our score, 5:08 on the clock. The officials do mark the ball on the 38-yard line of Ionia. They've got over 60 yards to get there, 67.
38?
Come on, 30. 33. Todd, you got me again.
Holy
sure
fuzzy.
Looks like a 38.
That it does. They all look the same. Here we go. 1st and 10 for Ionia at 5:08.
And by the way, folks, we are on the 30-yard line basically, so there's no excuse for that. Sorry. It is 33. Snap going back to Bookie. He's going to hand it off right side. That'll be Gregory coming around the right corner. He's brought down by Gray and number 6, Logan Wild. So sharing a tackle there. Dan Gray, 5'11", 160 junior. doing a nice job on his defensive duties. Wild is a cornerback. These guys play, sometimes it looks like 4-7. We've got a different defensive lineman in there. We'll look at those. Looks like David Johns is one of those. And next to him is 66. So Travis Hunt in there on D right now up front. Next to him, Ryan Wood. We'll go from there. Here comes the shotgun snap. Hand off to Gregory up the middle. He gets through there. Gray's going to bring him down single-handedly. And he shouldn't have to, because we need to tackle much earlier than that. That's a huge gain of at least 20.
Started on the 41, and he is out to the 45 of the Vikings, so he's got a
14 with some fuzzy math there, Brother Todd. And he just passed the 50-yard line.
I don't know why we're not picking that up at the line right there. It's a never-ending coming across that right side or the left side of our line.
Yep, Travis Hunt is one of the players right there. He's got a tough job coming in, but at least he's fresh. Here comes the handoff right side. Number 50 for Cadillac, Mike Miller. They put up the zone of death for him. What they do is they make a triangle, and they force the runner in right to where Mike Miller is. He's 5'5", 210, and nobody's getting around him. He's a plugger. And with that, Coach Baker was joking a little bit, and they tease about it, but they try to set up a little triangle to let, if someone gets through, they know Miller's there, and the linemen allow that triangle to sort of they'll even let a running back go through there because they know they're not getting very far on Miller because he's stocky, stout, and very strong, just not super quick to move side to side, so his players help him by guiding. It's like the way Todd might deer hunt or something. 2nd and 7 on the 42 of Cadillac. Handoff, faked. Quarterback keeps it up the middle. That'll be Bookie. He gets brought down by an arm tackle, but nicely done. And we'll see who that is. It's 80, Jay Ghoulish. Kid's got long arms. He's tall and slender, 167, 6'1", a sophomore. And he tripped up. Number 11 coming through there. Tanner Gregory. Again in the shotgun. Ooh, the Vikings jump off 3rd and 4, so they just got called off, and that'll be a first down if Ionia didn't bring them over. We'll see what's going on here. Yeah, the Vikes, two or three Vikings jumped.
Play results finish first down.
And Vikings changing in some of their players. 84 coming in. Andrew Johns also on the defensive line.
Looks like the 3 guys that jumped just got replaced. Well, so it's going to be just a 5-yarder, but it's going to be a 1st and 10 for Ionia on the 34.
Highly effective counting by the quarterback because 3 of us jumped off, not just one. They all went with it. So good for Ionia. Here comes a pass and a beauty down the right sideline. Wild is bumping, and he's in a pretty good spot. I don't know if that's defensive or offensive, but number 6 on both sides, that's Tyler Walchek. What do you see, Todd?
We got yellow on the field besides Tip's shoes.
Yeah, it's bumping, and it's possibly on the Vikings, but they're not marking it, or it doesn't look like that. They're going back. And we'll see what that was. It was offensive or defensive. There were a couple of number 6, Tyler Walchek on one side, and bumping him was Logan Wild, but I couldn't tell from right here who was doing the bumping.
They got pass interference on Vikings for a 15-yarder.
So Wild was in a good position, though. You have to give them credit for that. And they just looked like running down the field, and it wasn't your typical interference where there would be an attempt to bother the receiver. They were just getting into a position to turn around and look for the ball, and there was an accidental bump. So that is going to be against the Vikings, 1st and 10 from the 19. And their QB, Blake Bookie, waiting for the ball. He hands it off. No, yes, he does hand it off, luckily, to Austin Hillebrand. I say that because we had that play covered well. And Baker's on the tackle on that. Tip Baker for the Vikings playing tonight with his ankle's been bothering him this year. His shoulder has. He was throwing in the pregame, throwing well. But he's not playing quarterback. Aiden Gurdon's done a great job. Jacob Metzger's in there for the Vikings now at one of the corners. Here we go. Snap. Back to their QB, 2nd and 12. He's going to throw it. He's got an open receiver, and Wild makes a quick tackle, but he did a nice button hook and got away from Wild. And once again, number 6. So 6 versus 6, sort of like spy versus spy over there in the corner of the right side, and it's going to be inside the 10. We're going to see it at the 8, so it'll be first and goal from the 8-yard line.
13-yard pass.
Thank you. 140, 130 left to go in the halftime. Don't go anywhere. Our athletic director for Cadillac Area Public Schools and Sports works in there with Maddie Maston. These guys are awesome, and they work hard. If you ever see them, thank them for all they do. The juggling is just unbelievable with all the sports and tournaments. And yesterday was quite an ordeal with soccer coming in as well. But here we are. And they've got Hillebrandt in the quarterback position. He takes the ball himself after a fake handoff, makes it left side. Hillebrandt in for a touchdown, 8-yard TD for Ionia. Todd's right. They're not going to just sit down. 8-yard run by Hillebrandt. And just in a wildcat position, he does a quick handoff and says, I'm running with it, and takes it right through the middle. So the Vikings middle, which is usually pretty good, has a weak spot tonight. And that's going to occur at 1:08. We're not close to a point differential rule now, Todd. We need 2 touchdowns, but 1:08 left to go in the second quarter. Hillebrandt with an 8-yard run and a nice one. The kick is up and good. And that would be Anderson with his kick. So Anderson's up with a nice one. And with that, the Vikings now lead 35-14. 1:08 left to go in the second quarter. We'll be right back after 30 seconds. You're listening to Cadillac Viking Football on 107.1 The Drive.
Since 1946, there's been one insurance agency in Cadillac that you've come to depend on for all your insurance needs. The Johnson Insurance Agency offers policies for your home, boat, RV, auto, and truck, including commercial, motorcycle, farm, and more. Johnson Insurance Agency is an independent agent representing many of the top names in insurance. Trust the agency that's been protecting and securing generations of area families and businesses. Trust Johnson Insurance Agency, 223 North Mitchell Street, and online at johnsoninsAgency.com.
Welcome back to Cadillac Viking Football. Want to say hi to Joel Nichols back out there. He's hanging out listening tonight. We're winning, Joel. And we've got some girls up in Frankfort listening as well. Holly Murray and Dawn Richards and another one I'm not allowed to mention on the air, but they're having fun listening tonight from Frankfort. And the Vikings are winning. Kick to Harsh. Harsh has it on about the 10. Coming around the left side, 20, 25, 30. Carter Harsh is knocked out and brought down, actually, by number 14. Not knocked out, but almost knocked out of bounds. Turns out he wasn't. Sean Bongard with a great special teams tackle. We do have what out there, Todd?
We have got a player on the Ionia side. He took a nasty block from one of the Cadillac players, and he's still down. He even the fans went, oh, you could hear it through the headset. So he took quite a collision. I don't know who hit him, but it was like freight train because he just got smoked right there. So it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 30 for the Vikings. But we've got official timeout right now on the field.
Yeah, we're going to take a little break here. I guess we'll take a 30-second break. 1 minute left to go here in the second quarter. 35-14, Cadillac leads Ionia. The Bulldogs are not giving up. We'll be right back after this on 107.1 The Drive.
In the small town of McBain lies a locally owned family pharmacy that takes pride in helping improve the health of every patient that comes through the door. At McBain Family Pharmacy, you're more than just a prescription. Here, you're family, and their experienced team of professionals are always available to answer any questions you may have regarding prescription and over-the-counter medications. McBain Family Pharmacy is your full-service family pharmacy for both traditional and compound medications. Call them today at 231-825-8175. That's 231-825-8175. Or stop by their store, located at 119 North Roland Street in McBain, or in Lake City at 45 Maury Road.
Well, welcome back to Cadillac Viking Football. He's doing better. It's number 11, Tanner Gregory. Plays running back, safety, kick returner, also a few other choice positions. Do want to tell you, folks, you're listening to a special station, 107.1 The Drive, WCKC, Cadillac McBain, and Lake City.
So Cadillac under center, it's going to be Gurdon. Gurdon's going to just flip it out over to the right side. The left side, it's going to be Baker. Baker across 30, 35 to the 40, 45 across midfield. He steps out of bounds at the 45. Other than that, he had wide open real estate for another touchdown. So Baker on a little flip pass over the top on the left side, starting on the 30 out to the 45. So a 15-yard pass play to tip Baker.
It was kind of a short pass. He ran 10 yards, and then he ran 15 after he touched the out of bounds. So he got a 15. We'll give him 16, Todd. They're going to put it on the 46. But he was just tiptoeing around the left side right in front of the Ionia bench. And with that, they have a nice gain there.
So it's going to be Gurdon under center with 52 seconds left to go in the second quarter. It's going to be back to pass. He's going to roll to the right side. He's looking to pass. Nope, it's going to be a keeper. He's going to go across the 50 midfield. Instead of going out of bounds, he is going to be stopped over midfield at about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. And I think we have got a timeout on for Cadillac.
Matthew Meyer on the tackle, also Stewart on that as well. 40 seconds left to go. There's a timeout on Cadillac. Maybe we'll just sit right here. I do want to thank the folks from Advanced Optometry. Good call. And so far, the good call of the game was that pass interference, Todd, down there by Logan Wild. Tough call for us.
Little touch.
Here they're both running side by side, and all of a sudden there's a bump. I mean, whose hip did it? But we do want to thank Advanced Optometry. The Advanced Optometry. Good call from the ref. Was right there before our eyes. So here come our Vikings out. They've had their timeout. 40.5 seconds left to go here in the first half. Cadillac leading 35-14 with a nice, impressive offensive first half. Defensive, Todd? A little bit of work need to be done in the halftime locker room?
Yes, on that right side. Well, it's the Ionia's right side, Cadillac's left side on the defensive line. They're just abusing that left side for the Vikings right now.
Coaches Cody Mallory, Todd Baker, Pat Hinkle, Zach Griffin, Nate Metzger, Stephen Cooper, Mark Cronkite, as well as Stephen Cox is here tonight upstairs next to us with Metzger and Zach. Here comes Cadillac, almost a offside.
It's going to be an offsides on the Ionia Bulldogs, so it's going to be, I don't know if it's going to be enough for a first down or not, but it looks like they're moving the chain. So that is going to be a Pizza Plus first down on the 5-yard penalty.
It's also an Advanced Optometry. Good call from the ref as they jump off, get back. The officials see that as in the neutral zone, and a good call far side. Looked like Ben Meyer, actually, the offending Bulldog.
So in motion, it's going to be number 40 for the Cadillac Vikings. He's going across the 40, 35, 30, breaks tackles, gets down about the 20, down to the 15. So starting on the 42, that is going to be Colin Johnston, number 40. That's his first carry for tonight.
What a beauty. This is what makes our Vikings great. Harsh and Johnston, they're big, long runs. And we just had one there, Todd, approximately.
Started on the 42 to the 15.
Oh, that's too much. I'm done.
27.
There you go. Too many digits. 31 seconds, 0.6. There's another digit for you. 35-14, Cadillac up. We're looking at Forefront Credit Union stats. I think it's the two passes to Alec Barczewski so far for TD. Speaking of, back to pass.
It's going to be Gurdon. Gurdon rolling out to the right side. He's going to opt to keep this by himself, and we've got a great block out there. But we've got a flag coming in from way back by the goalpost. That official threw that a long way.
Well, there's maybe a late hit.
It's probably one of the hits you see now in the NFL where it's like a blindside block where they don't the player doesn't see the other player coming. So it's going to be against Cadillac. That's what it is. That's what it is.
Boy, Todd, how would you ever have known that?
I guess I follow a little bit of football, but that's something they are really looking at right now through every league or every division of football, because if they don't see it coming, that's what really guys get hurt a lot. So it's going to be a 15-yarder.
And it's also part of the game that's been there forever, and they're always that middle ground of safety. Obviously comes first, but this has been part of the game forever. Speaking of, we have a timeout here with 24 seconds. Ionia is taking that. We'll stay right here as we're getting close to the end of the first half. Again, want to thank all of our sponsors. 16 of them this year have been tremendous as we've made it through our season. We are streaming live at 1071thedrive.com. Check that out. And Vikings are doing well tonight. A nice lead here. Although the confidence is built up for Ionia. They know they can score on us. They have. And 24 seconds left to go here.
So the blindside hit, Cadillac was making a move. But they have 24 seconds, so it's going to be 1st and 19. So Cadillac was also on the move without the blindside hit.
So their timeout is going to come to an end. Their head coach, Mike Farley, out there coming up with a plan to come back for the Vikings. Got a nice crowd down right below us. We've got heat up here. We've just like Cadillac.
Here we go. First and 19 on the 24. So we have Gurdon under center. Baker this time in the backfield. And it's going to be back to pass. He's got
whoa!
And he got smoked, but that's going to be thrown out of bounds. But Gurdon got smoked in the backfield just as he let the ball go. He's getting up a little gingerly right there, but he took a hit in the backfield.
Dylan Hall, Todd, he was one of the power lifters. They have a powerlifting tradition down here where last year they had a guy win first in the Nationals. The team qualified, and that was unfortunately, one of those lifters, Dylan Hull, 23, a senior. He came out of, looked like the defensive backfield and just crushed Aiden Gurdon. And they don't have their weights. That doesn't help, but it's probably a 25-pound difference. Gurdon at 140, who's a lightweight, flyweight, if he were a boxer.
So Harsh in motion. He's going to go to the right side. He's looking to get past to, but no, and he's going to go over the middle. That's going to number 48. Baker across the 10 to 5, and he's going to get drugged down at about the 2-yard line. So stoppage of clock at 5.3. Baker with the pass over the middle starting on the 24. He is down to almost to the end zone. They're going to put it about the half mark.
What that was a screen pass. It was ugly, but it was a screen pass.
For 23 yards, it was an ugly pass.
It was. You just didn't have the wall of blockers that you like, but he didn't need the wedge, but that's what they were attempting to do. The defenders did go in. They poured in after Gurdon. My gosh, Gurdon just took a tremendous shot there as well. So he's paying the price at a smaller sized quarterback, a sophomore, but he got rid of it. And once you get it to Tip Baker in an open field situation, it's going to be a favorite for him as he gets momentum. He's got size, strength, speed, agility. And again, one of the elite players in Northern Michigan, Tip Baker. It's been just a pleasure to watch him work through his varsity years here in Cadillac. 5.3 seconds, Todd.
And it's going to be one.
It's one play.
One play. Here we go. But
first and goal from the one.
First and goal from the one. I don't think we have any timeouts left, but it's going to go over the left side, and that is going to be Baker on the drive over the left side on a 1-yard carry at 1.6 seconds left to go in the game.
These guys are great with clock management, Todd. 41-14 is what it's going to be without the kick. You mentioned the numbers switching around a little bit. There you go, Todd. 41-14. This is your chance to say 14-41. Nope. Let's see who's going to kick this. I think Libby's coming out to kick this. I see some hair.
I do too. Libby's coming out this time. She's got the teal blue shoes.
Colin Johnston will be the snapper, and Alec Barchevsky, the holder, and blue shoes is going to kick it.
So Libby in to kick the extra point for the Vikings. So the snap. It's on its way. The hold is good, and it's up, and it looks like it's going to make it over. So Libby, it's good for the Cadillac Vikings.
Libby, by the way, is a female, and Libby Lloyd, little sister of Emma, doing it up beautifully with a perfect kick through the middle. And we've got a 42-14. Todd, I'm going to ask you to do some math. We're getting close. I think we get another touchdown, and we're back up to the 35, and that would be a running clock, but...
You said that last time, and look what happened. They marched right down and scored on the right side of the left side of the line of the defense. But 42-14, 1.6 left seconds to go in the second quarter.
Point taken. So Vikes getting ready for their kickoff at this point. The cheer team in place. The band, by the way, Todd, the band is huge down here.
They've got a big band, and also they have a drum roll, too, all set up, ready to go at halftime.
A drum line and a drum roll, I'll bet.
It's going to be a rolling drums is what it's going to be.
I'm going to get them anytime I can, folks. 1.6 seconds left. What do you do on 1.6 seconds? You do try to take it back, I'm going to guess. But you'll see a squib here, I'm sure. Mike Miller right next to Colin Hess, who's done wonderfully kicking. It's a squib right through the middle. It's picked up on the 35 and down here for Cadillac, and a well-liked player for the Vikings. And with that is our first half, 42-14, our first half score. Don't go anywhere. Our athletic director, Fred Bryant's coming right in for an interview. We'll have him. Todd gets a break, and we'll be back as the homecoming moves forward here in Ionia. Again, Cadillac 42, Ionia 14. We're at halftime. Looks like 15 minutes. We'll be back after this with Fred Bryant. Thanks, everybody.
Providing great service and quality to our customers, LC Materials is here for you and all your concrete and aggregate needs, both residential and commercial projects. We can assist you in estimates, sand and gravel needs, project details, and on-time delivery. LC Materials is also in Cadillac at the Concrete Store. The Concrete Store has building supplies, stone, block, tools, and other accessories to help you finish your project. So when you're ready, call LC Materials. We're ready when you are, online at lcmaterials.net.
Don's Auto Clinic, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and High Point GMC Cadillac continue to grow together to serve you better. Our staffs are a group of hardworking individuals who, just like you, get the job done every day by showing the dedication and determination to teamwork. You will not find a more dedicated team making the car or truck buying experience more seamless and easy. Locally owned dealerships, proud to support all local high school sports. We're behind you all the way.
Cadillac Java and Java 2 is the place to be for all things delicious. Java is a specialty drive-thru coffee shop offering fresh espresso, premium coffees, frozen, iced, and blended drinks, ice cream, chai teas, and their most popular item, the frozen hot chocolate. And what goes great with amazing drinks? Flavorful treats like bagels, muffins, donuts, and more. Cadillac Java has 2 convenient locations to serve you at 725 North Mitchell Street and at 6319 East M115 in Cadillac West. Cadillac Java and Java 2. Big town gourmet taste with a small town personal feel.
And welcome back to the Cadillac Java and Java 2 halftime show for the Cadillac Viking game tonight in Ionia. We've got a special guest, our athletic director, Fred Bryant. Fred, congratulations on your stay here in Cadillac so far. What year are we at, or where are we, and your career so far here in Cadillac?
Right now we are sitting at about going into year 3. Actually, just wrapping up the fall season, and we have a couple of sports that we're still tending to with swim and girls volleyball, as well as just finishing up with football. But in my opinion, very successful season up to this point. Cross country is really coming on strong at the very end here with regionals coming up. The golf team, the girls golf team first year did really well. Our swim team has been performing well, even though our numbers aren't quite where they should be. But that's to be expected in a first year program like that. Our football team has been playing well. We've had a couple of ups and downs, but for the most part, noticeable improvement. And then, at the lower levels, our numbers are really strong. So that bodes well for the future here. And then, like I said, with volleyball, they've already locked up a share of the Big North Conference, and with a little help from West or Central, we could, go with an undisputed instead of a tie with our conference championship this year. So really, overall, I think that we've had a really good year. Our boys tennis program had more wins this year than they've had in the last several years. So that's been a real nice bonus for us. So, like I said, I think that the work that we've done as a group between myself and Maddie in the athletic department, working with the coaching staff and the kids working together with the coaches and parents, it's been going really well.
And were you an athletic director prior to coming to Cadillac from Newberry?
I was an athletic director in Newberry for almost 9 years, and had a lot of success up there, both as an AD and as a head coach in both girls basketball and football. And so I was glad to be able to bring that experience down here and learn from the experienced coaches that we have, and then myself be able to contribute a little bit to them as well.
Well, one thing you did was bring down a family with you, and you maybe a little bit about all your kids and how sports has been important to them.
Well, my oldest one, when she graduated from high school, was the year we came down. She plays at Lake State right now. She's one of their starting guards. And then McKenna, she's a senior this year, and she's very heavily involved in athletics, as all my kids were. They were 4-sport athletes in Newberry because you could participate in 2 sports in the same season. So when Taylor was a senior and McKenna was a freshman, they both played volleyball on varsity together. They both played basketball on the varsity together, and they both ran track and played softball together. So it was pretty neat to be able to see them do those things, with her being a freshman and Taylor being a senior. But then moving down here, It's been a great transition for McKenna. She loves the kids that she has on their team. Her teammates are great. Her coaches are great. She really enjoys it. And then my youngest one, Ariana, she's in 6th grade. And all she does is look up to her sisters and wants to do what they've done and do it better. So it's been a good change. Our kids love it down here. They love the classes down here, the schools, the environment. So it's been a very, very positive change.
With us at this time is Fred Bryant. We're in the middle of our Viking game tonight. We're on the Cadillac Java and Java 2 halftime show. We're in the Big North Conference. We have approximately 800 students, and we play teams that have 1,600. For example, TC West, and there, just to compare the two schools and the numbers of the senior high, it appears that are double. How are we surviving? How are we winning volleyball conferences, football conferences over the years in that kind of situation, and what's it take for a Cadillac team to compete in that conference?
Well, I think it takes a certain mindset of our coaches to get the kids prepared. When you have an overwhelming number disadvantage, you've got to make sure that your kids are ready on a weekly basis, and then they do the things that are necessary in the off season, and be able to do those things and have them ready to go. So again, I think our coaches do a great job with our athletes, getting them ready. I think our athletes are committed to what it is we're doing. I think our district is committed to what we're trying to do here with the athletic program, because they've shown a tremendous amount of support for me and for Maddie here in the athletic department, because we've been able to upgrade some facilities. We've been able to upgrade some of the equipment and technology that we use to make life easier on not only our coaches but our parents for communicating and things like that. So I think for us competing against a much larger conference, I think that you see the success that we've had overall across the board speaks very highly of the involvement of our coaches in our community.
Okay, our football program, let's touch on that a little bit this year. Not a JV team. There's numbers that were, I would guess, low on both ends, but we've got a lot of good numbers coming up. How does that affect our football team? I would say we've competed just like juniors and seniors, if not all seniors this year. This team didn't show their JV side, if I would say that, the 10th grade side of the things, because they, in most cases, shouldn't be playing varsity, but they've done a tremendous job this year. A big turnaround from last year. We might have 5 wins after this evening, but the future of football, numbers-wise, and how we got to where we are this season, thoughts on that and your mind, Fred?
Well, I think the number one thing is, when I came in talking to Coach Mallory, is making sure that we retain kids. We want the kids to have a great experience. We want them to have fun, and when they do that, they come back. And when they do that, they tell their friends. And when we upgrade facilities like a new weight room, and when we do things that uniforms and things like that, the kids buy into it and they want to be a part of it. So there were some scheduling challenges in the junior high levels because of the high numbers, but we made those things work, and I think because of that, we were able to get more kids on the field, which again translates into more fun. Nobody likes to have 40 kids on a team and 10 or 11 are playing and 30 are sitting on the sideline. So we were able to split some teams up in the junior high levels, and I think it worked out to our advantage, because you can see those numbers steadily growing. I think we're around 32 or 33 in the 7th grade this year. I think we're 25 or 26 in the 8th grade, and our freshman team is up over 30. And we realize that we lose kids throughout the course of the process, because it's a grind, whether it be eligibility, whether it be moves, transfers, and things like that. But we still feel that if our number can hover right around 20 per grade level, and we have 20 freshmen, 20 JVs, and 40 on the varsity, that's a good, solid program and good numbers for us. So that's the way we're moving right now. That trend is moving that way, but a lot of that depends on what the coaches do, the message they send, and they've been doing a really good job of that. So, that's why I think we've seen a steady improvement, not just in the product that we're putting on the field, but also in the classroom and in the off season, and I think that's just as important. So, to say that we were expecting to be 4-3, I think we're a little surprised, but at the same time, we're a little bit ahead of where we thought we'd be, but we thought we'd be there. So I'm excited for the kids. I'm excited for the program. I think, in my opinion, being a former football coach and crunching numbers the way I did throughout the course of the season, I feel that, if we get a win tonight, I think that locks us in as an at-large bid going into the state playoffs this year.
Well, we're going to count on that. We do have that tough game coming next week with another large school coming. Actually, we're going to visit them. It's
important that our coaches understand that they're here for academics first. We talk about educational athletics. We talk about student athletes. We talk about character and the things that, doing things the right way. Those are things that we really stress and talk about in our coaches' meetings, our preseason meetings, our postseason evaluations, and things like that. Coach Mallory just came in yesterday and told me that they were sending their stuff in for the Football Coaches Association for their all-academic stuff. And our team, and it's a little bit different for football. You pick your top 11 GPAs. Unlike, with basketball, you put, if you have 10 kids on a team, you send in all 10. Where football's a little bit different because of the high numbers. You just pick your top 11 on the varsity. And this year's cumulative GPA is like a 3.95, which is unbelievable good. So, I'm a firm believer that smart kids will win you games, dumb kids will get you beat. And that's something I've said for years and years. And you can have all the talent in the world, but if they're not, resilient and can't think on their feet and make adjustments, then it's tough to be successful. But I think the proof is there that we have some smart kids in the volleyball program. We have some smart kids in our cross country and football programs across the board. I think all of our kids really strive to do well, and I think that's a direct result in what we're seeing put together.
They sure have a positive attitude, appear happy, enjoying the programs that I've observed, especially football, which I have a close contact with. Fred Bryant, athletic director for the Cadillac Area Public Schools, not just the senior high. You have a big list of things to do on the wall here, and I know how hard you work. I want to thank you for what you've done so far and welcome you again for being here. And anything else you'd like to share with our listeners this evening relative to your program and your responsibilities here with Maddie?
Well, I just think that the support that we get from the community is outstanding. There are a lot of ADs that I talk to that wish they had the situation that we have. So, I definitely do not take it for granted, but I really appreciate all the support that we get from our administration, from our school board, and from our community in general. And I think that if you have that, then you have the ability to do great things.
Okay, that's Fred Bryant. Good luck, Vikings. Go Vikings, and all sports, all the time. We'll see you later. Thanks for spending some time with us. Folks, you're listening to the Cadillac Halftime Show. Thanks to Cadillac Java and Java 2. Fred, congratulations again, and thanks.
Thanks, Bill.
All right, folks, we'll be right back to the Cadillac Viking game. Right after this, you're listening to 107.1 The Drive.
How many times have you heard this?
Man, I wish I could find a job. I've been looking for work everywhere.
Well, look no further, because Northern Staffing Services has a job opening just for you in the Cadillac and surrounding areas. Positions ranging from general labor, manufacturing, and clerical work. Apply online at northernstaffingservices.com. That's northernstaffingservices.com. Or visit their office at 850 North Mitchell Street in Cadillac. Northern Staffing Services is proud to be a part of Cadillac Viking Sports.
There's one business that's been in downtown Cadillac for over 50 years, and that's Pizza Plus, the home of delicious pizza, specialty sandwiches, pasta dishes, and much more. It's homemade, delicious food you won't soon forget. Remember this number and call it whenever you're hungry. 775-7727. That's 775-7727. Delicious food at reasonable prices. Pizza Plus, downtown Cadillac. Proud to support Cadillac Viking Sports.
Now, before we toss it back to Bill and Todd in Ionia with a 42-14 halftime score, the Cadillac Vikings leading, we thought we'd give you another update on the Pines scoreboard. We have the McBain Ramblers leading Beale City 18-0 early in the third, and the Manton Rangers trailing Houghton Lake 29-6 at halftime. Right now, I'm going to send it back to the guys in Ionia, Bill Barnett and Todd Golnick with the second half. Fellas?
And in that order as well, Billy B., Todd Golnick here. Thank you so much, Rich. Great to hear the voice on the air. The Vikings are out warming up. They don't have a 3-minute period here after. There it is. It just went on the board. So the 15-minute homecoming event went very well for Ionia. And now we're in the 3-minute warning, so to speak. First half, though, Todd, thoughts, circumstances, conditions. What are you thinking?
Well, tonight it's a great night for football. Homecoming down here in Ionia. Like they just had the halftime festivities, like you say. But the first half for the Cadillac Vikings, we got ahead, and I think we got a little bit laxed on our defense right there because Ionia's not going to just take this game lightly. They are moving the ball very well on their right side, which is our left side line. For some reason, our left side line on defense is not able to contain them guys. We're either not seeing the ball on the handoff or on the fake handoff or what the deal is. But Ionia has a couple good drives, and I don't count them guys out at all. They're going to receive the ball in the first half. Cadillac is going to kick to them. But Cadillac playing pretty good ball right now, as you can, 42-14 at half. Cadillac Vikings on top.
We are on top, and things that are a little different tonight. Baker is looking good. He looks like he has made it through his injuries and is just more active. He has had a 70-yard run earlier. We've had 2 passes to Barchevsky. Those are 2 things that we've not seen, so we're glad to see Bake is back doing well and helping our Vikings. But we cannot count out Ionia, although that's 42-14. They have the ability to score. They have done it, and I'm sure they're looking forward to coming back here in the second half. And of course, a 35-point differential, which is coming, would make a difference if we're to get to that point. The game will go quickly at that point. But we do want to thank our sponsors again. You're going to hear their commercials throughout the night. Forefront Credit Union, Northern Staffing, Advanced Optometry. They've got the Advanced Optometry good call of the game, or from the ref, and possibly of the game as well. But and we had one pass interference call that was a tight one earlier on, and we gave that award at that time. Peterson McGregor Insurance, Baker College of Cadillac, the Pines Bowling Center. And on the Pines Bowling Center scoreboard, it's 42-14, folks. We're ready to start the second half. Every touchdown we get, it's a TJ's Trucking touchdown for the Cadillac Vikings. We have sponsors in McBain and LC Family Pharmacy, Johnson Insurance Agency in Cadillac, McLean Transmissions, Don's Auto Clinic in High Point, Cadillac GMC. That's where Billy B gets his car, at the GMC place. Wexford, Misaki Career Tech Center, LC Materials, Pizza Plus, our gang down there at the corner on Main Street. Cadillac Java and Java 2, folks, they're our halftime sponsor, and I want to thank them for their sponsorship. And as well, we want to point out we're right in the middle, actually toward the end, very end of our Cadillac Java and Java 2 halftime show. Dynamic Physical Therapy. You want to say hi to everyone down there. They're our number one sponsor. We've got 16 of them. We want to thank them all for the season. We've got one more game next week, not Friday. So do something fun Friday. Come up to Traverse City on Saturday, 1 p.m. It's our last regular game. We have a chance to be in the playoffs with 5 wins. If we win tonight, we're on our way to do so. We'll be playing probably the next Saturday after that, but Sault Ste. Marie or Escanaba. You don't want to look ahead because you don't automatically get in with 5 wins, but this would be 5-3 tonight if the Vikings are able to win. And with that, an opportunity, but not guaranteed. The numbers have to fall in. It looks like we have the highest numbers with 5-win teams, and that we have a good chance of getting in. The coaching staff is confident if we can win tonight. Fred was confident as well. He thinks the math will work. With that, we would get a nice postseason opportunity. And I'm not sure what division we'll be in, but the Vikes are coming out. We're going to do a little kicking here, 42-14. So starting the second half, Ionia will get the football. And I guess the best thing, tonight, Tip Baker's back. The Vikings are passing. They couldn't pass last week. We couldn't even punt the football, and our punter was way back. We had punts blocked. We were dropping the ball. We had a heck of a game last week. Not our best. The kick comes down to the 30, and there's a stumbling return for about 6 yards. We'll give him credit on that for not falling down sooner, but Tyler Walchuk starts and just falls right down. 11:57 left to go in the second half. Starting here in the third quarter, 42-14. Todd's getting a little sneezy over there. It's going to be 1st and 10, though, for Ionia. And Todd, thinking about that first half, Vikings defense maybe needing some improvement, but playing okay. And the Vikings offense really doing well.
Well, their offense is keeping them in the game, so we'll see what happens now.
All right, Todd's got a frog or two in his voice. I'm going to give him a 2-second break. That's what we get for relaxing for a second or two. Here we are. Looks like it's going to be 1st and 10 from the 35. And their QB is Bookie. He's going to pass it right side, just a little screen pass in the flats. And Ryan Wood, 6'1", 330 pounds. Nice kid, number 76. Playing a little D.
Pick up a 5 on that one.
There comes a handoff up through the middle. It's going to be Gregory, I believe. He's back, so he's feeling better. And you're in on the tackle, number 13. And he had a helper. Looks like the PA announcer's not able to get that one. Yeah, he got him. That's good. That was not easy to see. I'm using the shades up here. 11:03, 42-14. The ball is going to be marked on the 42-yard line as well. 3rd and 3. Their QB, Bookie, is in the shotgun. He's got Gregory next to him, Tanner Gregory. They're taking too long to snap, but what happened, Todd?
Well, Cadillac jumps offside, and we're going to have a shift. Oh.
I guess Ryan Warner is coming out, Todd, and I don't know what that means. Coming out as well as Jaden Ghoulish, so we're not going to say much more, but did one or two jump off, Todd? Was it a group or one? I was looking at her.
I think it was just one, but it's going to give them a 1st and 10 on the 47.
In the shotgun is going to be Bookie. He has a handoff right side to Gregory. He's brought down quickly. Nice tackle by Julian Lamond at safety coming in, and not much of a gain, so we like to see that. Lamond with his 3rd tackle. Vikings are being led by Tip Baker with 6, and Ryan Warner with 6 as well in the first half. Those are our leaders. We'll tally those up at the end. 10:15 left to go, 3rd quarter, 42-14. Cadillac leading. With the ball, though, is Ionia in their blue and white uniforms going right to left this half, just over the 50-yard line in the shotgun position. And it is again Bookie. He hands it off to Gregory, right side, short gain. Brought down and tackled by number 66 for Cadillac, Travis Hunt. Hundt. He's 215 pounds, and he is a sophomore as well. The sophomore sensations on our team, unbelievable. They don't play like 10th graders, and I think our seniors and juniors deserve a lot of credit for what they've done to help bring those kids up. And
great leadership up above.
It is. And they pulled this thing off all season, and it's going to end up in the playoffs with the half of a team, which is sophomores. It's unheard of. Here comes a pass in the flats, left side. It's caught by Hillebrandt, number 9. It's brought Barczewski with the tackle. And Noah Cochran coming in quickly. Couple of group tackles there going on for our Vikings this 3rd quarter. 9:09 left to go. 42-14. Vikings still up. 1st and 10, though, from the 43 of Cadillac. So 43 yards to pay dirt for the Bulldogs. In the shotgun formation again is Blake Bookie. Bookie fakes, actually hands it off right up the middle to Gregory. Todd, there's their soft spot.
So Gregory over the left side for a pickup of, looks like 4, close to 5 on that one.
Luke Enyart with the tackle. Luke's a linebacker in the middle, 6'1", actually off to the side, 170-pound junior with a nice season. He's had an outstanding season. He should be an all-conference player for our Vikings.
It's going to bring 2nd down and 6. 8:20 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
In the quarterback position again is Bookie. Bookie's going to fake a handoff, take it himself, right side, runs it around to the end. Gets caught from behind, thankfully, by Noah Cochran, who has a really nice tackle, but way too much yardage. So Cochran with a nice one. His 3rd tackle, 5'11", 175-pound junior. Not playing all offense and defense tonight. All defense he is, but not all offense. They've moved in Baker a little bit. And the usage of Baker catching passes and Barczewski, the passing game tonight, they're worth driving up to next week at 1 o'clock. If anyone cares to see the Vikings' final game in Traverse City at Thurlby Field Saturday next week. Here comes the shotgun. Oh, it's faked through the middle. There's a pass in the flats left side. It's caught. Johnston with a quick tackle of number 9, Hildebrand.
Hildebrand had nowhere to go on that one.
Marcheski helping as well.
1 yard loss. Second down, 11.
So it is going to be 2nd and 11 from the 30-yard line. A little bit of a loss there.
2nd and 11. It should be 2nd and 9.
Let's double check this fuzzy math.
They're going that way.
No, I see it. 2nd and 11.
That's it.
It's my math and it's their math. It doesn't match up often, but it does. 6:42. We're going to give it to Lamont.
3rd down.
Clock a ticking in the 3rd quarter. 6:33. It's moving down. Still for 3rd and 5 from the 24. They're waiting for a play to come in from the sidelines. Losing a lot of time here. Down like this. Finally, the coach decides, Coach Farley says, timeout. We'll take a timeout. And when we take a timeout, we go back to the station and say hi to Rich Spicer and our sponsors. 42-14 is their score. 6:19 left to go in the 3rd quarter. You're listening to Cadillac Viking Football on 107.1 The Drive.
For over 100 years, Baker College has turned dreams into careers with high-quality, world-class degree programs on campuses across Michigan and online. At Baker, 79% of our students qualify for scholarships. Pursue your dream. Be more with a career-minded Baker College degree. Baker College. Excellence, accessible, affordable. You've got dreams. We can make them happen. Visit baker.edu.
And welcome back to Cadillac Viking Football at 6:19. Cadillac Vikings 42, Ionia 14. But Ionia having to call a timeout on that one right there because they trying to call a play from the sideline, and the kids really didn't know what they wanted to call, so the coaches called the timeout. But it's 3rd down and 5 on the 24. So Ionia taking this one on the first drive, and it's going to be another snap, and it's coming around the left side, and that's going to be number 11. That's going to be Gregory. Gregory's going to pick up a first down starting on the 24. It looks like he's down to about to the 15 with a first down.
Luke Enyart with the tackle, number 13 for Cadillac, 6'1", 170, a junior as well. One of those kids that plays like a senior. He's done fabulously this year. 6 minutes left to go, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10, though, from the 15. Tough news for the Vikes as they're trying to shut down Ionia. Handoff through the middle again. There's a soft spot up there, Todd. I'm not sure what it is, but good yardage. Enyart comes from his outside linebacker position, makes the tackle, saving the day in the Bacon. 42-14, 2nd and 4. Speaking of Bacon, there's 3 kids down there. No shirt, Todd. They've got the little Ionia High School on front. They're standing up, IHS. And it's cold out there. And I walked by him at the snack bar and said, hey, what's up with the shirts, guys? And they're having fun. Handoff through the middle. This one is, no, it's not. It's coming around this side, left side. Not sure how that happened, but it is a touchdown by Austin Hillebrand. Hillebrand put the first score of the second half, 42-20. 9-yard run by Hillebrand, and that comes at 5:16 again in the 3rd quarter. And Todd, how did he get around the corner with the ball when I'm down and everybody else is looking? I mean, good fake up the middle, and the quarterback acting like he still had it. How did he get to number 9?
I don't know, but for some reason the offensive line tonight's just not seeing the ball correctly.
Offense or defensive?
Defensively. They're not picking that up at all.
So in kicking for Ionia is Anderson. Anderson puts a boom. Man, he puts a boom on that one. So Anderson's good. And with that, we've got a 42-21 battle going on here. And the Vikes are going to need to regroup, not take this easily. And with that, a 21-point lead. We're going to stick right here. Want to thank again Rich Spicer and the Theodores, everyone at 107.1 The Drive. Zach Wiggins, our usual guy, is out tonight. So they gave him a night off, and he's out having fun doing things he likes to do. And Rich is filling in. I want to thank Rich Spicer for his engineer work and the station for bringing these games this year
$468.
Vikings passing tonight is around the 40-yard line. The 40 gets out of bounds untouched.
Knocked out of bounds by
Poor Todd's dealing with a cold. It's just one of those lingering ones. The weather has not been a good time for much of us in the Cadillac area, probably. The old folks anyway, like me. 42-21 is their score. 5:09 is where we are time-wise. 1st and 10 from the 35. Got the yardage right. And it looks like the Vikings are ready to bring it down the field.
1st and 10 for the Cadillac Vikings. It's going to be
Aiden Gurdon. He's going to take it off left side, and it doesn't get anywhere, and he's blown back. He's blown back big time. The blocking didn't do their usual job over there, and that's Bryce Benjelink. And they've done fantastic. Ryan Wood as well. And on the end is Logan Wild was playing it a little tight in that one. Had some blocking duties. It just didn't work, though, and that's our most consistent blocking unit, and they've been fantastic as well throughout this season. Todd, you back to air yet, or are you still sucking throat diamonds?
Go ahead.
All right. We're going to give Todd a short break. With that, we have a 2nd and 8. We've got a pitch out right side. That'll be Carter Harsh for Cadillac. And a great block by Johnston in front of him. Johnston with a great block. Harsh going down to the 40, to the 35. He gets horse collared out. Not a flag, not a terrible horse collar, but a fantastic block right there by Colin Johnston, who saw a cutting linebacker coming across the field and just opened the door for Harsh's lightning speed. You're just going to see Harsh get better and better, and they're both the same age. Johnston played last year on the varsity. Harsh didn't. Vikings with a nice run, or down to the 37-yard line. The numbers, Todd, can you give me a number?
Yeah, 27-yard run on that time for Harsh. So it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 37 for the Cadillac Vikings. So under center is Gurdon. Gurdon under center with Cochran in the backfield. 2 wideouts in motion, but it's going to go to Gurdon. Gurdon over the left side. He's going to get out to about the 30. Looks like about the 33-yard line. He's going to pick up 4. So Cochran for 4.
Tackle number 5 for Ethan Klump, number 80, big defensive tackle. 6'4", 260. 3:45 left to go. Third quarter, 42-21. Cadillac still leading on the march, though, coming down in scoring position.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 7 on the 34. 42-21 if you're just joining us. 3:34 left to go in the third quarter. Cadillac Vikings. It's going to be Gurdon under center. Cochran in the single back, and it's going to go to Cochran. Cochran over the left side across the 30.
Also plays right guard on offense. The kid's been going both ways. He's a senior for Ionia. 3:07 left to go. 42-21 still the score. 3rd and 3 from the 31. Unless Todd corrects me.
We have Gurdon under center. This time we have Baker in the backfield. No wideouts. It looks like they're going to take this one with Tip. Tip is going to get the handoff. He's going over the right side, and he's going to be tripped up in the backfield. So it's going to be close to a 1st down, depending on the spot. I think it's going to be short, maybe about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. So it's going to be Baker for 2.
And Colin Stewart, who is their middle linebacker, has 4 tackles. He also plays as a slot back occasionally in offense, but he's their big tackler. He only has 4 tackles. So the Vikings have done a nice job moving the ball down without a lot of tackles and a lot of yardage per plays.
I see a keeper right here. If not, it's going to go to Baker because it's going to be 4th down and 1 on the 28. The clock ticking, 2 minutes left to go in the third. So it's going to be Cadillac Vikings. It's going to be Baker. Baker straight over the middle.
Not much, but he got it.
Depending on the spot, the official is going to give him, if from where we're at, it's going to be really close to a 1st down or just shy of a 1st down, and they're going to give him a 1st down, I believe.
I don't know.
Yep, 1st down by Baker. So Baker is going to be a Pizza Plus 1st down for the Cadillac Vikings. So it's going to be 1st down and 10 on the 28-yard line.
Senior defensive lineman Skylor Roberson on the tackle, defensive end. Nicely done, coming in and doing his thing, hitting hard, and making it tough for Baker to get his 1st down. 1st and 10 from the 28, 2:08 left to go in the third.
So the Vikings got another 1st down at 2:05 left to go. Gurdon under center, Cochran in the backfield in motions, Johnson, so it's going to go a keeper. Nope, it's a pitch over to Johnson. Johnson across the 40, 30, 25 to 20. He's going to walk this one in on the left side all by himself for 28 yards, and that is going to be a TJ Trucking touchdown for the Cadillac Vikings. It's going to be number 40, Johnston, from 28.
Colin Johnston. Colin gets a action-packed player as well as Harsh, both of them. So that does come again at 1:52 left to go in the third quarter. Cadillac with a 48-21 lead just as it starts getting closer. The Vikings pull it out of their back pocket again, and a nice run. Looks like our kicker will be Libby Lloyd. Nice kick. Right, really nice kick.
That was a lot better than the first one. So Libby on the extra point, good.
Libby's got her second extra point tonight. The first one was a little shorter. That's kind of how she does it, though, Todd. She's really good at just a short kick, good accuracy, and just enough to get over. This one, really nicely kicked.
Boom, that one. So yeah, at the 1:52 in the third quarter, Cadillac Vikings 49-21.
We're going to stay right here as it is a Viking momentum. We were behind 2 games before, and I had Todd crinkling paper over here. We call that the paper shuffle.
It was a shuffle. For some reason it worked, but that was up in Gaylord.
It was. A come from behind victory. We had about 6 minutes left. 2 touchdowns were scored, and Todd's over there ruffling papers for good luck, and it worked.
Vikings coming out on the field. It's going to be Colin Hess kicking from the 40. He's had a few squib kicks without any returns in the first half, and
yeah, right there they land on the same spot. I mean, you could
the 33 or the 32, or it's always been in the same corner. So Colin Hess back to kick for the Vikings.
I want to say hi to my friend Art Stevens listening tonight in downtown Cadillac on Howard Street. Beautiful Howard Street. Here's our kick down to the 20. It's going to be brought back, and not much yardage, but a little bit. The Hillebrand is the receiver on the kick, and Barczewski is the first one to hit, but also Billy's down there, Brendan Green. Brendan Green as well. Is Barczewski on the special teams. You don't want to get hit by Barczewski on
Not on the
teams.
run. No,
he's too big and strong. You put Barczewski, Lamond, and Logan Wild next to each other. You've got the 3 seniors right there, and you can see the body strength is like, And the rest of the kids are pulling this off, Todd, without that maturity. You have to give a big applause to these seniors, and the juniors have sort of tutored these 10th graders into varsity players overnight. 1st and 10 from the 37. Bookie's going to hand it off up through the middle to Gregory. Gregory gets slowed down. He's not going to get much, so the Vikings have closed in the middle area. Enyart's in there doing it again. He's a tough kid. 6'1". I'm back to Todd's thinking 6'1". We did score a touchdown with 1.6 seconds, though. I'm going to use that for an excuse. 170-pound Luke Enyart. Mike Miller is in there actually at middle linebacker right now. Cochran and Enyart, those are our linebackers. 2nd and 5.
Keep it around the right side.
And not much to be achieved there as well. Good D by the Vikings. It's going to be 3rd down and short, about 3 yards probably. Barczewski helping out there as well as Cochran.
3rd down, 1 to go.
They're hiding the ball very well on their handoffs.
Oh, thanks.
They really are.
You're making me feel better, Todd. Yeah.
There they go.
Yeah. Wrong way. It wasn't quite like that, but they're stealth, and that's something. That's a compliment. Shotgun. There's a whistle, so either too much time or we've got an offsides. Yeah, Vikings jumping in, just setting up a little bit too closely. They're one of our middle guys.
Well, that's going to bring in a 1st down with 34 seconds left to go again.
And that's the same. They've done that twice to us. That's something
3
we're
times.
going to work on. 3 of them. I'm going to think 2 just to be positive.
Well, they had the shift earlier, and the 3 guys got shifted out on the first offsides,
Okay.
and the last one was 2 shifts.
Nobody's coming out
and
this time.
no one's coming out this time, so it's the 3rd time.
Gotcha.
Here we go.
It's going to be back to pass. Bulky, it's going to be a screen pass. It's set up nicely, but no, my goodness, Ryan Wood. Oh, he face masked by accident. Total accident. He's a bigger kid, and he was trying to bring down Gregory. Tanner Gregory caught the screen pass, and 77, Ryan Woods. I'm not suckering for that. I know where you're going to pass it. He passed it to him. He reached, and just the head moved a little bit, and when that happened, Down came the hand over the head, and it just slid over the face mask. It wasn't ugly or a pullback.
Just a 5-yarder.
Yeah, it's totally unmet, as I like to say. I didn't mean it. Sorry. 9.8 seconds left to go. 49-21 in the third quarter we are. But this is going to move it down to Ionia, who's moved the football down on us constantly. And then we're lucky to be leading 49-21 because they have been efficient and effective with their offense tonight.
So it's going to be first down and 5 on the 44.
I'm going to hold you to that. That's going to. Yep. This is. They're just going to let the clock burn up here, and we're going to go into the fourth quarter. We'll call it a timeout just for fun. 49-21 is our score. Cadillac leading. We'll come back for the fourth quarter. Right after this, Billy B. and Todd. You're listening to Cadillac Viking football on 107.1 The Drive.
Since 1946, there's been one insurance agency in Cadillac that you've come to depend on for all your insurance needs. The Johnson Insurance Agency offers policies for your home, boat, RV, auto, and truck, including commercial, motorcycle, farm, and more. Johnson Insurance Agency is an independent agent representing many of the top names in insurance. Trust the agency that's been protecting and securing generations of area families and businesses. Trust Johnson Insurance Agency, 223 North Mitchell Street, and online at johnsoninsAgency.com.
Don's Auto Clinic, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and High Point GMC Cadillac continue to grow together to serve you better. Our staffs are a group of hardworking individuals who, just like you, get the job done every day by showing the dedication and determination to teamwork. You will not find a more dedicated team making the car or truck buying experience more seamless and easy. Locally owned dealerships, proud to support all local high school sports. We're behind you all the way.
And welcome back to Cadillac Viking football. Looks like it's going to be a first down and 5 on the 44 for Bulldogs. They're going to go over the right side. That's going to be number 11, Gregory. Gregory on the carry.
Brought down by a couple of Vikings, one of which is 77. Luke Endyard in there helping out as well.
They just had a little thank you to the Ionia people in the city. They just raised $36,000 for the Relay for Life. That is huge.
It is huge, and they do that in conjunction with homecoming, and it's a nice gesture, wonderful gesture, as we just did a Dig Picnic this week. Handoff, not...
Dig Picnic.
It was handed off. Dig Pink.
That's it. So it's going to be first down and 10 for Ionia on the 37 with a pickup that time of 3. Oh.
Yes, I went to the volleyball game, and they had a nice, easy win. They worked hard, but they were more relaxed than usual. So it wasn't a Traverse City or Petoskey or Gaylord team. It was Alpena, and they felt they could win. They were confident, and they had a nice showing. Macy Brown and the gang played beautifully on Wednesday night. If you get a chance to follow the volleyball gals, they're well worth it, and they're on their way to another historic season. Back to pass. This is going to be Bookie. He throws it over the middle. It's a nice, strong pass. There's a bump. No. Oh, boy, we got away with one there.
What? That was worse than the last one he called.
It was actual interference is what that was, Todd. We're going to call that the advanced optometry. Good call from the ref right there. I want to thank Amanda and Jason back home. Jason does our PA announcing now, and Amanda is up there helping out. We were getting to know these folks up in the press box, and Amanda's the one of the folks at Advanced Optometry, and right there was a good call from the ref. A no call.
A no call. Yeah, that could have went either way right there. Or did they did? No, they did call it. So an official did call it on that far side. So it is a 15-yard bump in the backfield.
That was more of a bump. That was not a good time to bump because the ball's coming right at the receiver. And then instead of going for the ball, it appears to be a body bump. At least it wasn't an arm or hand or something like that. So well down the field, Ionia with the ball. There's a handoff left side. And that'll be Gregory again. And he's brought down. So many players falling down. I can't tell where the running back ended up. That's unusual. And it looks like 84 on the tackle right there for Cadillac. The Johns boy, Andrew Johns, at 6'5", 185 pound. Yep, I'm going to say it again, sophomore. And his brother is also on the team as a senior at 6'4". So we have a couple of tall kids, and they look a lot alike. Second and 5, rather. Roll out right side, and there's a lot of pressure on their QB as he throws it off.
Johnston, I believe, with the hit in the back.
Bookie got a shot. Looks like Bryce Benchlik in there on the defensive line for Cadillac with Johns. 2 Johns boys are in there. Ryan Wood as well. That's our front.
Number 40 got to the quarterback.
And that was Colin Johnston's. And it was a decent hit, not real hard, but he put pressure on him, and it caused him to throw it on the right side to basically nobody.
Short.
And so it was short, and that was needed. 3rd and 5 from the 17 is where it's marked. Ionia's moving in for a score here. Let's see if the Vikings can stop it. In the shotgun, that'll be Bookie. Bookie hands it off left side to Gregory. Tanner Gregory brings it in. Baker with the tackle. Short yardage gain. At least 5 and maybe a first down. That is going to be 5. They do mark it for 5. So there is a 1st and 10. It will be down inside the 12, obviously down to the 10 it looks like. So I'm not sure that's first. Yeah, it's going to be marked more on the 11. So it'll be 1st and 10 and 1 yard to have 4 plays. Similar to our ending of our Gaylord game. Snap in the hands of the QB Bookie. Handoff right up the middle of Vikings now closing in the middle. Not a little late, but later than they like. Andrew Johns in on it. It's Mushelville in there. You've got Warner 77 as well. So a good job by Andrew Johns coming in off the bench, from the bench. And good tackling there by Ryan Warner. I have him with about 8. And that math is not fuzzy, folks. Handing it up through the middle. And there's how they do it, Todd. They fake up the middle, and coming around the end is number 9. And he comes around the left end. Hillebrandt has good speed, cuts back in, and is brought down by Julian Lamond for Cadillac. Lamond with a nice job at 5'10", 165-pound senior. Played some quarterback for us. Can play quarterback. Didn't need to, as it turns out. Aiden Gurdon has played wonderfully all year for us and continues to do well tonight.
Doing a great job.
He is. And he's 140 pounds. And that kid from Traverse City was 340.
No.
It didn't break him in half, but it could have.
Made him run faster.
Well, he ran around. He tried. Okay, we've got a Wildcat play probably coming up here as Hildebrandt's in the backfield. Taking the snap, he takes it right side. They're going for...
It was 3rd down and 4, but now it's going to be 4th down, and they lost yardage on that one, I believe. Or maybe they got it back to the line of scrimmage, but that went absolutely nowhere.
And boy, Hildebrandt's just exhausted. And he's trying to get a first down, actually, too, Todd. But now 4th and 4, they should bring in a kicker. And it looks like they're not going to. I do want to say to everybody that you're listening to 107.1 The Drive on WCKC, Cadillac, McBain, Lake City. Also want to say hi to our chain gang back home, Mike Dolak, their manager in 40 years of doing the chain gang. Greg Erickson, Brad Hellowell, Nick Jacobson, and my friend Russell Smith from the Elks. All those guys work very hard, and I want to thank them for their season this year.
4th and 4 on the 4.
Handoff through the middle to Gregory. Tanner Gregory. Oh, he doesn't have it. It goes around the left side. The QB keeps it. Hillebrandt got me there and got the Vikings as well. He scores. Touchdown for Ionia. 49-27 is what it's going to be. And Todd, a short run there. Are we going to go what?
4 yards.
4th and 4, was it?
Yeah.
Come on. 4-yard run by
4-yard run by Hillebrandt.
Hillebrandt. It's a name.
It's a long name.
Hillebrandt. Kick coming up here and up and good. He's a really good kicker, Rasmus Anderson. Anderson makes it as well. And we've got a game here, 49-28. Not a close one, but a fun game. Lots of points on the board. 7:20 left to go, 4th quarter. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back. You're listening to Cadillac Viking Football on 107.1 The Drive.
Providing great service and quality to our customers, LC Materials is here for you and all your concrete and aggregate needs, both residential and commercial projects. We can assist you in estimates, sand and gravel needs, project details, and on-time delivery. LC Materials is also in Cadillac at the Concrete Store. The Concrete Store has building supplies, stone, block, tools, and other accessories to help you finish your project. So when you're ready, call LC Materials. We're ready when you are, online at lcmaterials.net.
Welcome back to Cadillac Viking football. 7:20 left to go in the fourth quarter. 49-28. The Vikings with a nice lead, although Ionia making us think twice on defense. Todd, are we getting a little bit what on defense?
Lackadaisical, I think, because they are just moving the ball at will right now just because we have a big lead. But you put more time. It looks like they're going to try an offside kick right here.
Tony Valesco, actually not their kicker, but their punter, is up there to kick. So you're right, Todd. And the wind blows it down. All that suspense ready to go. He's running up to it. It's Charlie Brown time here, folks. Where is Lucy when we need her? 49-28.
Oh, peanuts.
Sorry about that, folks. Couldn't resist. Let's see if they end up.
I don't think there's not any wind now.
The wind?
There's no wind at all. The flag is just laying flat, and it just fell off the tee.
Well,
try again.
This guy has special powers, is what you're saying. It is an onside kick, and it goes out of bounds, touched by, oh no.
It was hit by us, but it went out of bounds.
Jaden Gulish was the one that had his hands. He was in a position to stop it, went right through his hands, but that was okay because it did go out of bounds, and he did touch it, and no one was quickly coming out. Just too fast of a kick, too sideways, and Gulish did a nice job just to get where he needed to be, but his offensive skills, we're going to work on those, Todd. I'm joking because that kicked so hard it was almost uncatchable for an onside kick, and it didn't quite get the roll where you want to have it, where it will bounce up and the defenders will show up in about 12 yards from the 40. So the Vikes are coming out on D, and the O time will be for the Bulldogs from Ionia, trailing 49-28. There's a they do technically call a penalty. So the Vikes are in good shape here.
Right, they're going to wave the flag, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Cadillac Vikings at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, they're not going to make them kick it again, I guess.
No, so it's going to be 1st and 10. Gurdon's going to be under center for the Vikings. In the backfield is Cochran. In motion, it's going to be Harsh. Harsh gets the flip. He's going to the right, cuts back to the left, and he's going to get right up to the 40-yard line, starting on the 43. So he's going to pick up a...
Gosh. He got hit, Todd, by 66, Skylar Roberson. Sorry to interrupt.
No pickup. He's lost 3 that time. The flip from...
And there was some nice defense containment on the far side. They forced Harsh back in where he didn't want to be, and he took a heck of a hit coming back in. There was some speed over there. Sorry.
So it's going to be 2nd down and 11. It's going to be under center Gurdon. So Gurdon's over to Cochran. Cochran back to the left side. He's going to get back to the original line of scrimmage and maybe a yard past that. So it's going to be 3rd down for the Vikings.
Ethan Klump with the tackle, the senior defensive line, right in the middle. Big, tall kid. He's right next to 75. Antar Miller.
So Cochran picking up 2 on the carry. So it's going to be 3rd down and 8 on the 44 with 6:15 left to go in the fourth quarter for the Cadillac Vikings. So the Vikings just need to burn up some of this clock without giving the ball back to Ionia. So it's going to be under center. That is going to be Gurdon. Gurdon's going to take the snap. It's going to be go to the left side, and it is Cochran, I believe, on the left side.
Nope.
No, 46.
Oh, yeah.
That is somebody new.
That's Tim Richards. He had some carries.
He had some carries last week.
Yeah, he was very pleased with his performance. Had a nice chat with him this week. He's really a secondary player, but had some good opportunities. And
that was a pickup of 5, but not enough for a 1st down. So it's going to bring the punting in for the Cadillac Vikings. So, and there's nobody in the backfield for Ionia, so are they looking for a...
They're going to block it. Ben Meyer, by the way, has moved in at tackle for the offensive side.
Make it quick. That was close, but there's nobody back here to receive it, so it's going to go out at about the 26-yard line. So a good punt by the Cadillac Vikings, so it's going to be 1st and 10 for Ionia on the 26.
And then Alan Huang, who has done wonderfully on his... number 19, 6 foot 175, a little speedster, and a junior for Cadillac. Allen has played wonderfully. It's got to be our player of the year for special teams. Touching the ball, downing it, always first one down there, gets around the blocks.
He is fast.
He be fast, Todd.
He's fast. He's like you say, he's always down there. Even if he gets a little bump now and then, he seems to find a way to get down there. If he's not the first, he's got to be the second one down there. But most of the time, he's first. So it's going to be 1st and 10 on the 26. 5:11 left to go in the fourth quarter.
Quarterbacking for Ionia will be Bookie. Blake Bookie's got a handoff up through the middle. And the Vikings do. Oh, there's a fumble on the ball, but he recovers his own fumble. Good thing we don't have replays and all that business. It looks like 82. Cadillac's Trenton Dennis in on the tackle, and also helping him was number 40, Colin Johnston. 2nd and 3, so a decent gain there. And the ball's marked on the 26. 4:43 left to go in the third quarter. 49-28 is our score. Lining up, Todd, we were going to do this whole game outside tonight. We were lucky. It's a long story. Maybe we'll tell you about it in a second. Handoff left side.
Lost his footing, so he got maybe a yard on that one.
I'm going to give 82, Trenton Dennis, the tackle, 6'2", 165, sophomore. Another sophomore that just keeps coming up. These kids don't sit on the bench. They play, and they don't play like sophomores, Todd. Vikings may be in the playoffs after having a 1-8 season last year. Hopefully 6-3 or 5-4. But they have to win tonight, and will give us our 5th win. Handoff through the middle. Gregory again. And hit hard there by Dan Gray. Nice hit. So Gray's helping out Enyart, who had the first tackle down below, which just stood him up. But Dan Gray coming in. Quick junior for Cadillac. 5'11", 160-pounder, only 160. The kid's got speed. Mike Miller in there at middle linebacker at 5'5", 210. The tunnel of death. They let Miller be at the end of the tunnel, and they force the runner into the middle constantly so Miller can have a whack at him.
Good play.
And it looks like a handoff to number 9, but great defense by the Vikings. Todd, who was it that came in
Number
there?
80. That is going to be
Ghoulish
in the backfield. So a loss of, looks like almost 5 or 6 on that one.
The kid's fast at 6'1", 167. He's just got enough tininess on the body to get through places where others can't. 49-28 is our score. Cadillac leading. That's our Pines Bowling Center scoreboard. 2nd and 17 for Ionia, and they're starting on the 30-yard line. Man in motion. Shotgun splits out on both sides. 2 on the left, 1 on the right. Screen pass, right side, caught. Taken down to the 40-45. That'll be Tyler Walchuk. Walchuk gets hit out of bounds by Dan Gray. And number 13, Enyart, helping there as well. Gray with his 5th tackle at 5'11", 160, playing a big game tonight. Little DG, 2:45 left to go here in the third.
12-yard gain on the pass.
Todd,
looked like a lot more, didn't it?
Yeah, you wanted to help me with the scoreboard, Todd? Fourth quarter. It's all right. I'll get it.
It's going to be 1st and 10 on the...
My apologies. It was a long ride. This has been a long week. The Vikings.
It's 3rd and 1 on the 46.
There you go. Coming through the middle. Handoff, and it's going to be a blazer right down the middle, running full speed. The hole was there. And number 9, touchdown, Austin Hillebrandt.
Started on the 46.
Oh, my goodness. 54-yard run by Hillebrandt. Just when you think the ladies are coming around the corner, they're not, folks. Hillebrandt from miles out with a run through the left side, left guard, right over left guard, and just exploded like he had an extra gear. And
54 yards.
I got to say, I've never seen a scoreboard, Todd, where you can't see what the numbers are for. You got to make them up. Here we go. Kick is up and good. And that's good for us. 49-35. Good job by Ionia. And again, their kicker, Rasmus Anderson, just unstoppable from the extra points. We're going to stick right here. Hillebrandt. How many yards on that, Todd? 40 what?
54.
54.
54.
I was going to say 45. And we are in the fourth quarter. Sorry about that. 2:37. All that covering for Todd and his frog.
No kidding.
You brought a frog with you tonight. We, of course, talk all the way down for 2 hours. That doesn't help. Barely breathe by the time we get up here. And we were supposed to be outside tonight in 50-degree weather for the night. We have all the clothing, the entire setup, a tent, and it turned out we had an open place for us. So we do want to
it's funny that there's never been anybody in here, but
hey,
that's beside the point. We're inside, and it's warm. We have heat and lights and no wind, no chill. Just a frog every now and then.
Just a frog coming through. Jeez. We're looking for another onside kick. So let's see how well they execute this one. And that will be Velasco, the punter, who does the onside kicking. And we've got an offsides, which basically false start. And they jumped over. They're so anxious to get this ball back. 49-35. Is our score. Cadillac in good shape here, but only up by 14 points. And you can't give up 35 points in a game. I mean, we scored 38 and lost a game this year. But this is similar. We're giving up 35 and still winning. Thank goodness for offense. So they're going to get a second crack at it. Another foot. He's kicking over the top of the football to cause it to stay on the ground, hopefully hop up for one of their kick team members. Here comes the kick again. Oh, he goes the other way. He goes the left side with the soccer style at the last second. Fooled everybody. He was coming right all the time. And this time he decides to hook his leg at the...
If you'd have had some hops to that would have stayed in. It's just that it just continued to roll out of bounds, and there was nobody over there for the Vikings to pick that up.
Totally caught us off guard. Now that is tricky because he was running right at us. He's just going to do the same kick. It would come right in our direction here up in the press box on this side. Suddenly he just stops, pivots, puts his foot in the ground, and comes and just hooks it the other way, and really did a nice job with the way it rolled. That was his best one of the night. And then there's no blue jerseys there to get it.
So it's going to be 1st and 10. 2:36 left to go in the fourth quarter. Vikings are on top, 49-35. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Vikings on the 50-yard line. Good idea by Ionia trying to get the ball back. So they're on the 50. Gurdon under center for the Vikings. We have 3 wideouts on the far right side. A single back in the backfield. Johnston in motion. And it's going to be a keeper around the left side. It's going to be Gurdon out to the 45 for a pickup of 5.
There's their middle linebacker, Colin Stewart, with that tackle, his 5th one of the night. Hasn't played any slot back. He did last week. They went back and forth with quarterbacks when they played Portland. They were down 35-0, tried every trick in the book. Similar to the Vikings last week, we did a lot of changes with our offense to try to counter what TC West was doing for us, which was quite a bit against us. And TC Central next. This could give us our 5th win. The Vikings have 2 minutes left to go in the game. It's getting cold enough for the folks next to us to start shutting windows.
So Gurdon with a handoff. But no, it's going to be a pitch over to number 12, and that is going to be Harsh. Harsh around the right side. He's going to pick up a first down. Our first down is brought to you by Pizza Plus. Another first down for the Cadillac Vikings. So Harsh with the flip from Gurdon around the right side.
It's down to 147. Christian Villa is the tackler, an outside linebacker for Ionia. 49-35, Vikings with a 14-point lead. Not an easy game down here. These are 2 B schools, by the way. They both have 800 students, approximately 824, 834. We don't see a lot of that for the Cadillac Vikings. We play teams in the A-League constantly.
That's got more to choose from for their sports. And so it's going to be a first down. It's going to be on the left side. Johnston picking up 7 on the carry.
He's brought down by a big kid. And that's going to be a timeout. They're going to take a little bit of a break here. We'll stick right here, 49-35. Vikings look like they're cruising for a victory here. It is the fourth quarter, by the way, and their band's getting ready. The fans, though, have been nice tonight. They came out of nowhere. They were under the grandstand, apparently, before homecoming. And as the clock just got down to game time, just rushed in, and next thing you know...
Set it up.
They're here, and let's get going. So if the Vikings, with 5 wins, they might even be in the playoffs. We're kind of looking, though, to next week, and I want to warn you, we're not playing Friday night. We're Saturday at 1 o'clock We're up in Traverse, so come on up or tune in on 107.1 The Drive. It'll be our 9th game of the season and a possibility of a playoff berth for the Vikings with their win tonight, giving them 5 wins. Just the way it works in the divisions, we're in a position that we could be in the playoffs, win or lose next week, and we're looking to upset TC Central. It's a little bit of a long shot on paper, but we'll see what happens. 2nd and 4. Viking handoff up the middle, and a pretty good gain there.
46.
It's going to be Tim Richards again.
Richards on the carry, and that's enough for a first down. So Richards picking up a first down for Pizza Plus for Richards coming into the game late in the 4th quarter.
Nice kid, very quiet. Just gets out here, just loves playing football, waits his turn. Kid's wearing some shades. He's got the Billy B glasses under the helmet. Reminds me of somebody that used to play some varsity football. 51. I didn't play much either, Todd, weighing 160 pounds and running into some of the big guys was a wake-up call.
Here we go. It's going to be 1st and 10 on the 25. It's going to be a handoff, and that's going to go over the left side, I believe, to Richards again. He's going to pick up 2, so that's going to pretty much be the game right there. So the Cadillac Vikings are going to let this clock run out. So Richards on the carry for 2.
And Richards also a sophomore, 5'8", 145, 5 pounds more than Keaton Gurdon. That is going to run the clock out. They're just not going to do anything because they have enough time to leave the field. 49-35 is our final. Cadillac wins over the Ionia Bulldogs. The Vikings win it. That bumps their record up, folks, to 5-3 overall. This was the same team that struggled last year at 1-8 and did not qualify. Still 2-2 in the conference, so we have a game there next week. We have, I believe, a chance to be in 2nd place with 3-2. But we'll see how that goes. This is going to make it 1-5. 2-6. For our opponents tonight as the game does end, and the kids are out there shaking hands right now. And so a nice win for Cadillac tonight. 49-35 is our score. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with more from 107.1 The Drive. See you right after this.
This is Viking Country, where we play with pride, win with teamwork, and always give our very best. Just like the team at Peterson McGregor Insurance, Cadillac's hometown insurance professionals. They're locally owned, so they're committed to our community. They're independent, so they offer the best insurance options. And they're dedicated to helping people protect what's most important: home, health, auto, and more. When it comes to insurance, count on the pros at Peterson McGregor Insurance. Visit them online today and go Vikings.
Fall high school sports season is here. That means practices, games, and inevitably sports-related injuries. When your kid gets hurt, who can you turn to? The professionals at Dynamic Physical Therapy, who year after year work with great success with a large number of high school athletes from all area schools. And remember, direct access means you can skip the doctor's referral and come straight to Dynamic Physical Therapy. Get your young athlete back on the field, court, or course as fast as possible. Dynamic Physical Therapy, with offices near you in Cadillac, Traverse City, Manistee, Marion, Buckley, and Gaylord. Learn more at dynamicptmichigan.com.
TJ's Trucking of Cadillac is a true family business. Terry and Sally Genema started TJ's Trucking in 1978 with one truck hauling beer. Today, TJ's Trucking has 4 generations of drivers delivering goods safely and on schedule throughout Michigan and as far away as Texas and Florida. Rick, Kurt, Mike, and Dana have taken the reins with a few grandchildren as part of the company as well. TJ's Trucking is more than a family business. It's a way to give back to the community. That's why they support the Cadillac Vikings all the way. TJ's Trucking on Whaley Road in Cadillac.
High school students are training for the jobs of tomorrow today at the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center in Cadillac. Juniors and seniors can choose from 14 career-driven programs. Free college credit is available. Parents, if you're looking to get your son or daughter started on a rewarding career, visit WMISD.org and click or tap the Career Technical Center link, then talk to your student's counselor. Call 876-2200. The Wexford Misaki Career Tech Center on 13th Street across from Baker College in Cadillac. Proud to support the students of Cadillac High School.
And welcome back to Cadillac Viking football. Cadillac Vikings take it to Ionia 49-35. I'm going to give you the rundown of the scoring, unless you want to do it, Bill, tonight.
Nope. I've had quite enough tonight.
All right. In the first quarter at 5:39, Barshevsky with a pass, 27-yard pass. And the Colin Hess extra point was good. It made it 7-0. Then again at 3:28, we have a 70-yard run by Tip Baker. Also, Colin Hess's extra point good there. It made it 14-0. And then the last scoring in the first quarter at 1:43 was the Cochran interception for 30 yards. That made it 21-0 after number one. So in the second quarter, we have got at 7:34, Gregory with a 3-yard run, and their extra point was good. That made it 21-7. And then the Cadillac Vikings came back and scored. Barshevsky on a 79-yard pass. Extra point there was good. And then at 5:08, we had a 20-yard run by Cochran. Extra point there was good also for the Cadillac Vikings. And then at 1:08, Ionia came back and had a 9-yard run by Hillebrandt. Their extra point was good there also. And then also in the second quarter at 1.6 seconds left, Baker with a 1-yard run. Libby Lloyd comes in for the extra point there and made it 42-14 at half. And then in the third quarter, Ionia takes over the ball at 5:16 on a 9-yard run by Hillebrandt. Extra point there good, made it 42-21. And then also at 1:52, Johnston with a 40-yard run, a 28-yard run. Libby Lloyd's extra point there was good, so that made it 49-21 at the end of 3. So in the fourth quarter, beginning of the fourth quarter at 7:20, Hillebrandt had a 4-yard run. Extra point there was good. And then also Hillebrandt again at 2:37 with a 54-yard run. Their extra point was good. And that was all the scoring in the fourth quarter. And that made the final score, Cadillac Vikings 49, 35 for the Ionia. In the yardages tonight, Gregory had 26 carries for 82 yards. Bookie had 6 carries for 35. Hillebrandt had 16 carries for 80 and 2 passes to Wolchek for 25 yards for Ionia. So Cadillac, Gurdon, 8 carries for 23. Hart had 5 carries for 73. Cochran, 7 for 21. Baker had 8 touches for 115. And Johnston had 3 passes for 62 yards for the Cadillac Vikings. And Richards got in there at the end of the game. He had 3 carries for 14. So
he's our reserve player.
He's a reserve player with some good yardage.
Of the game, that's their stat as well. For one of our sponsors, Forefront Credit Union, we want to thank Advanced Optometry. Good call from the refs. They were good calls all night. They had some good pass interference calls, good non-call and a good call this evening. And the fun part is touchdowns by Baker, 2, Cochran, 2, Alec Barshevsky, 2. Harsh played wonderfully tonight. Maybe he's player of the game just for his standout runs when we needed them. But it's hard to say that with everything else happening. Colin Hess and Libby, all 7 for 7. We had 7 6-pointers, and we had 7 extra points, and they're all made tonight. So that's something we were working on. So Hess and Libby, Colin Hess, Libby Lloyd, can't overlook them. Hess has been doing this all season quietly. He's been a big scorer for the Cadillac Vikings. It's exciting to see the Vikings come back and recover from what happened last week. The tackles for our opponent tonight, the Bulldogs, 1 for Christian Villa, 2 for Tyler Walchik, 3 for Sean Bongard. Colin Stewart, their middle linebacker, only had 5 tackles. Caden Reed, couple, 2. Dylan Hull, one of their power lifters, 1. 2 by Matthew Meyer, Carter Myers 2, Skylor Roberson 2, Ethan Klump 6. I mean, those are some good tackles. And those Antar Miller, who also played up front, I didn't have him on 1 tackle, but the kid's huge. I think the Vikings kind of ran away and around from him. 7 tackles for Tip Baker, 2 for Logan Wild. Lamond had 4. Luke Enyart, 7. I had him in. Alan Hewing, 2. Noah Cochran 4, Danny Gray 5. Good job by Dan Gray tonight, maybe our defensive player of the game. Brendan Green, Billy had 3 of them tonight. Colin Johnston 2. Barczewski 8. Maybe that's our player of the game defensively as well. But Tip Baker, as I mentioned, 7. Blake Swiger 1. Travis Hunt 1. Nick Hale 1. Ryan Wood 1. Ryan Warder with a fantastic game tonight. I guess I can't overlook his 8 tackles as well. So I will go with Dan Gray and Ryan Warner as our 2 players of the game. Jay Goolish had 3 great tackles. Trenton Davis 2, Andrew Johns 2, and I'm sure I've missed some, but those are what I saw with the binoculars tonight. And although I couldn't tell what quarter we're in, Todd was able to see the Vikings played well tonight. And as the game went on, sure felt like the third quarter, because the third went quickly, and a lot of running and a lot of good clock management. Again, our Viking coaches should be congratulated, to work with, and right now the band's out there playing a little entertainment.
Something I've never seen, because the football players are lined up in the end zone and they are watching the band do one of their performances, and the whole band is out there, and none of the fans have left either. So maybe it's some kind of tradition that they do where the band performs one of their skits after the game in front of everybody.
And it's a whole setup, Todd.
It's the whole setup.
It's the halftime show that, they've got something really neat behind all the drummers. They have a baffle. And for those of you music people, Dan Wilson style people, that baffle shoots all the sound this way and doesn't go out on the field. It doesn't interfere with the horn players to a point where drums sometimes, shouldn't say this,
washes them out.
It does. So they've got actually, and they've got some xylophone players in front of that, and a huge band here moving all over. It looks good. So Ionia with great hospitality, as it turned out. A lot of stress going on for these poor administrators putting together a homecoming game. And the Vikings have been involved in homecoming games this year, and we've been winning every time we go to somebody's homecoming, which has been not good for them, but good for our Viking team. Todd, I think we're done. We have to remind everybody, go circle your calendar. There's no game Friday night. We're going to Saturday next week, and we're going to Traverse City Central. And you don't want to miss that one, because that's going to be a good one. They've got a pro set quarterback.
1 o'clock, I believe it is.
Like a little Tom Brady, and there's a receiver that is probably going to be going into college as well easily. One of the best quarterbacks in the state. He came from Ithaca up just to play in Traverse City. So if you get a chance to see him, and the Vikings are going to work on beating them, it will be an upset on paper, but it's possible. And that would give the Vikings 6 wins this year, 6-3. They're 5-3 right now, so that's good news for our team, and a huge turnaround from last year's season. And I'm not sure how they did that, with other than the sophomores that have stepped up and became what looks to me like juniors and seniors already.
And they looked up to the seniors that are playing with them right now, and I just looked it up. It is a 1 o'clock game next Saturday. So if you don't listen to it on the radio, take a drive up to Traverse City, depending on the weather, but you can never tell about the weather in Michigan. It could be beautiful like it was today and rainy like it was last week, so we just never know.
Okay, our sponsors again, Dynamic Physical Therapy, Cadillac Java, and Java 2. Our halftime sponsor, Pizza Plus, our first down sponsor, LC Materials, Wexford Misaki Career Tech Center, Don's Auto Clinic, and High Point Cadillac, GMC, McLean Transmissions, Johnson Insurance Agency, McBain and LC Family Pharmacy, TJ's Trucking, the Pines Bowling Center, Baker College of Cadillac, Peterson McGregor Insurance, the Advanced Optometry, and they again are the Advanced Optometry. Good call from the ref. We saw a lot of them tonight, and especially our pass interferences that were called and the no calls. Northern Staffing as well. And finally, Forefront Credit Union. The statistic tonight, Todd, 3 players had 2 touchdowns. I'm going to go with that. And a lot of smiling Viking fans, faces, and the fans as well, getting in their cars in the bus right now, ready to head back. In fact, Todd, what else is going on out there we didn't mention as well? The Vikings haven't left the field either. They're enjoying the music down there. Mostly the parents came tonight. This is a long drive, obviously. But on the far sideline, all the Vikings are down there sort of celebrating what has become a great season for them. Although 5 wins might not seem like a lot, when you've improved that much in 1 year, it's incredible.
If you went from 1-8 from last year to what you're doing this year with a young team, I give them a lot of credit for what they've done so far this year. And if they do get in the playoffs, a lot can happen in the playoffs. You just never know who you're going to run into if they have a good or a bad game, or you could have the best game of your life, to get into the playoffs, keep moving. It'll be interesting.
Could you imagine a team with this many seniors, this number of juniors, and what I'm really talking about is sophomores. What I meant to say is sophomores have really stepped forward, and they'd be playing in a playoff game as a JV, what should be typical JV football. And fortunately, and sometimes kids get moved up and they don't play a lot, but this was working out well for them and the numbers that the team has had. And I know there's a lot of involvement by all our players. And just real quickly, our roster will get out of here. Colin Hess, our kicker, Logan Wild, Aiden Gurdon, Julian Lamond, Libby Lloyd, David Johns, Carter Harsh, Luke Enyart, Alan Huang, sorry, Alan. The band's in my ear. Noah Cochran, Dan Gray, Brandon Green, Jakin Metzger, Colin Johnston, Alec Barczewski, Isaac Hyde, who had an operation last week. He's doing well out there. I'm glad to see that he's on the mend. Tim Richards, Tip Baker, Mike Miller, Bryce Benjalink, Keegan Buckmaster. He had an injury last week and won't be playing at least next week. The hand injury, Clayton McKinley, Noble Barber, Ben Meyer, Blake Swiger, Jude Gulish, Travis Hunt, Sam Mallory, Dylan Boersma, Nick Hale, Ryan Wood, Ryan Warner, Jeremiah Shattuck, Carson Rossio, Jay Gulish, Kyle Fauble, Trenton Dennis, and last but not least, number 84, Andrew Johns. The Johns brothers have played well this year, and it's always good to see a family event like that when you've got more than one player and a sophomore and a senior getting to play on each of their brothers' teams. So with that, fantastic win tonight, 49-35. Cadillac wins. Final comments, Todd, and we'll hit the highway on 66 North.
There we go, 66 North. No, great game tonight by the Cadillac Vikings, 49-35 over Ionia. Everybody have themselves a great weekend. It's going to be nice out this weekend, so get your leaves picked up.
All right. We want to thank our producer and engineer at the station, Rich Spicer. Great to have him back. Worked with them for years. The family's back together. And my broadcasting partner, Todd Golnick, who let me have it more than once tonight, and I have it coming. Thanks, everybody, for listening. The Vikings have 5 wins, and possibly will be in the playoffs. We are looking forward to next week for an upset against Central. Again, show up 1 o'clock, a little bit before, in Traverse City next Saturday. And everybody have a great weekend. Have some fun. Be safe. And thank you again for tuning in. I want to thank each of you for tuning in to our broadcast tonight and all the games this season. This is Billy B, and we're going to say goodbye at this point. You've been listening to Cadillac Viking football. Vikings win 49-35. We'll see you next week, Saturday at 1 p.m. You're listening to 107.1
The Drive. Good night,
Just
everybody.
like a referee needs great eyesight to make the big calls, you need great eyesight to tackle life's challenges. At Advanced Optometry in Cadillac, their qualified and professional staff works together to ensure your visit is comfortable, accommodating your busy schedule and addressing any questions prior to your appointment. Whether it's a general eye exam or treating a condition that requires an in-depth diagnosis, you'll get undivided attention and a plan based on your needs and Advanced Optometry's expert opinion. Focused on your eye health, Advanced Optometry on Polister Street in Cadillac. Learn more at advancedoptometry.com.
For generations, Cadillac's family gathering spot for pizza, pop, and bowling has been the Pines Bowling Center. And after all these years, it's still going strong. Thursdays at the Pines are famous for their half-off pizza special. Stop by after the game because the Pines is open late for a great meal and good times with friends and family, including Glow Bowling late on Friday and Saturday nights. Cadillac's headquarters for pizza, pop, and bowling is the Pines Bowling Center. Learn more at thepinesbowlingcenter.com.
With straightforward rewards checking from 4Front Credit Union, you get 4% rewards for doing stuff you do every day. Like logging onto your account and receiving e-statements. And you can open your account right online. It's that straightforward. Unlike someone's T-shot. Straightforward rewards from 4Front Credit Union. Are you getting 4%? 4.08% annual percentage yield. Rate subject to change. Interest paid on balance up to $15,000. Some requirements apply. Insured by NCUA.
In the small town of McBain lies a locally owned family pharmacy that takes pride in helping improve the health of every patient that comes through the door. At McBain Family Pharmacy, you're more than just a prescription. Here, you're family, and their experienced team of professionals are always available to answer any questions you may have regarding prescription and over-the-counter medications. McBain Family Pharmacy is your full-service family pharmacy for both traditional and compound medications. Call them today at 231-825-8175. That's 231-825-8175. Or stop by their store, located at 119 North Roland Street in McBain, or in Lake City at 45 Maury Road.
This live broadcast of Cadillac Vikings football on 107.1 The Drive has been sponsored by Dynamic Physical Therapy, Cadillac Java and Java 2, Advanced Optometry, the Pines Bowling Center, Baker College of Cadillac, Johnson Insurance Agency, the Wexford Misaki Career Technical Center, Forefront Credit Union, High Point Cadillac GMC and Don's Auto Clinic, McBain and LC Family Pharmacy, LC Materials, Pizza Plus, McLean Transmission, Northern Staffing, Peterson McGregor Insurance, and TJ's Trucking. Thank you for listening to your new home for Cadillac Viking Sports. 107.1 The Drive.
If you want